Eastern Athletic Conference basketball matchup between the visiting Morgan State University Bears and your Howard University Bison. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask if you would please stand for just a moment as we honor the memory and legacy of Kobe and Gianna Bryant and all of the victims who perished in the tragic accident on this past week. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And now our starting lineups. First with the visiting.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Bird Gymnasium in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. for today's contest on the MEAC Digital Network, broadcast on FloHoops, featuring the Bison of Howard University hosting the Morgan State Bears. I'm Trevin A. Jones. I'll be doing the play-by-play. My man Ryan Pierce will be doing the color commentating. And Ryan, they're doing the player introductions right now. We just gave a moment of respect for this past Sunday for the victims of the helicopter crash that included Kobe Bryant and his daughter. Always moving every time that happens for me. Speaking about moving, today I'm expecting a great game. I noticed that Kyle Foster's not suited up for the Bison, so that might hurt. It's 9 points a game.
Yeah, Kyle Foster battling injury issues. He's not suited up today. He was moving okay in the pregame, but will not be in action today. So somebody else is going to have to step up, especially from the outside. Foster's been playing really good basketball recently.
Yes, he definitely has. And as a matter of fact, before that injury, that was the game against the FAMU game, going in for a nice layup, and it looked pretty. He just came down hard on his backbone, his tailbone there. Hence the reason he's not playing today. Now, the Bison, they got it tough. You got the Bears today, and then you have Coppin State next on Monday. So then you have 5 games on the road. I'm looking at Morgan State. I think Morgan State right now is 3rd in the conference, and looking pretty good.
Morgan State 5-3, yeah, top 4 in the conference. Howard right now 0-7, trying to pick up that first MEAC win. They've been close a couple times. Had a close game against Florida A&M. They played Morgan State tough last week. They were winning, or 2 weeks ago. They were winning at halftime. They're up by 3 and then struggled in the second half. An off shooting night for both teams, so expect that to change today. Both these squads have good outside shooters. Both can light it up from deep. So expect a different style of game than we saw 2 weeks ago in Baltimore.
Definitely. And on Monday night, if I'm not mistaken, Morgan State had beat Maryland Eastern Shore by a score of 56-50. And then the Bison fell to Coppin State by a score of 82-75. Bison, what is going to be the key for the Bison just to get over the hump?
I think they're going to have big play from their backcourt. Khalil Robinson and C.J. Williams have to come up. You have to at least get a combined 30 points from those two today, especially without Kyle Foster, maybe even more in the 35 or 40 range. Then down low, Zion Cousins going to have to keep playing consistently like he has been throughout the year. And there needs to be that 4th guy is going to have to step up. Will it be Wayne Briscoe Jr.? Will it be somebody off the bench? That is going to be huge. Maybe it's Nate Garvin today. You're going to need good backcourt play, Cousins to anchor the middle, and then one more player to have a big game.
Yep, I'm looking for Zion. I think Zion can always be the X factor as he's just now being introduced. The reason I mention Zion is because Zion becomes Mr. Everything. Anytime you need something, it would be awesome to see Zion get off on a scoring spree at some point in time. He's a big man. He doesn't do much scoring, but for him to do some scoring, that would definitely help the Bison.
And Zion's going to have to be really good defensively in the paint. He's going to have to anchor that back line of the 2-3 against players like Stanley Davis, the leading scorer for Morgan State. A great slashing guard, can get to the free throw line. You have Isaiah Burke who can light it up from the outside, but is better when he gets in the paint. This Morgan State team, it's a good matchup for Howard in terms of their 2-3 because they're not a great outside shooting team, but they do get to the rim. They have quick guards.
Yeah, and I agree, and I don't know if you mentioned it, but Sherwin Devonish, he's averaging 10 points a game. And I'm looking at him and I bring him out because he has 44 assists and he has 18 steals. You mentioned Stanley Davis Jr. for the Bears. He has 45 assists and 20 steals.
Yeah.
So I'm scared right now because you have some kleptos, meaning that in basketball terms, on the court for the Bears that might be able to come up with some key steals at key times.
They force the play. They're kind of like the women's team. They like to put a lot of pressure on the opposing team. They're 4-3 in conference, or 4-2. They're a good MEAC team. This is going to be a tough one for Howard today. They played well against Morgan State and Baltimore. Bison have been so close to that first MEAC win. Let's see if they can get over the hump this afternoon.
Definitely so. As we're about to tip this one off. Again, this is on Flow Sports. FloHoops, the MEAC Digital Network, and that's what you're watching right now. And Trevin A. Jones doing the play-by-play. My man Ryan Pierce doing the color commentating. We're about to tip this one off. It's a beautiful afternoon in the Bird, but it always is. Anytime you come to the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and you come to the Bird, be in for some exciting action. This place is a place that the excitement is just electrifying. Like, the crowd is electrifying. The experience is just an experience.
Yeah, crowds have been coming out as the conference season's come along. The Bison are playing better. When we talk to Coach Blakeney, he says, look, we put in our 100% effort every game. Opposing coaches recognize that. They're a team that's in transition, a lot of new pieces this year, a new head coach. It's taken some time to gel. They're finding that momentum, that rhythm as we get closer to conference season. And I think that's really the Bison's main goal. Let's try to figure ourselves out before March and before the games really make a difference in the postseason.
And I always get excited, as I told you during the women's game. By the way, the Morgan State Bears, the Lady Bears, won the first game against the Bison, the Lady Bison here. This is a part of the year where you get to hone your skills getting ready for the tournament. MEAC tournament in March Madness. And that's going to be interesting down in Norfolk, Virginia at the Scope every year. That's just something, that's an experience in itself. So if you've never been to the MEAC tournament, you need to go to the Scope. It's coming up in March. But right now we got some business to take care of in regular season play as the Bison and the Bears are about to go at it. You got Zion Cousins jumping against Troy Baxter of Morgan State.
Baxter, big-time player for Morgan State, leads the league in blocks. Watch out for him.
So the Bears win the tip, and they will bring the ball across the half-court line. That's Devonish with the ball. Sherwin Devonish with the ball for the Bears. And they're going to do, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be a 24-second runoff in honor of Kobe Bryant. I would not be surprised, and it looks like this is exactly what it is. It's a 24-second runoff. They're doing a tribute to Morgan State Bears. Didn't expect it. Glad to see it.
Yeah, props to the crowd, too. I think at the tip, the crowd was ready to support the Bison. They're kind of booing Morgan State for one of the tip, and then they realized, hey, they're doing the runoff. Right. Let's support them. So, chance of Kobe come out. Really nice move from Morgan State there. Then I would expect, the Bison to take that 10-second backcourt violation, I guess 8 seconds in honor of Kobe.
As they're definitely going to do it. Two first-time head coaches here, Kevin Broadus for the Bears and Kenneth Blakeney for the Bison. And so what they did was they ran off 8 seconds, then walked out of bounds. Yep. Another tribute to Kobe Bryant. Definitely, and the people that were that passed away during the fatal crash last Sunday. So here we go. Now we're going into action as the Bears of Morgan State all playing in the attack. The ball is in the hands of big man Jamar Brown, 6'9", junior from Harlem, New York. As the Bears are going to pass the ball around, and that's Troy Baxter with the hoop. Coming over to the near side of the court, going for Davis. Over the tip of Davis's fingers, so the ball will be out of bounds. It will be Bison ball. Bringing the ball in for the Bison will be Nate Garvey. Watch out for him. He can get hot. Zion Cousins. You also have Khalil Robinson on the court, C.J. Williams, and Wayne Bristol Jr. Here come the Bison on the attack with the press set up by the Bears. Robinson gets it across the half-court line. We'll slow it up. Looking for someone to get it to. Looking for some space to develop. Gets the pick from Cousins. That's Garvey with the rock coming to the near side of the court. Gets to Wayne Bristol Jr. Jr. gets it to Cousins. Cousins looking for C.J. C.J. Williams. Williams being guarded by Malik Miller. Here comes Garvey. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Down inside. It's in the corner. Wayne Bristol Jr. Shot clock down to 2. Shot clock down to 1. And it's going to be stolen. That's going to be a violation. But it was a steal in progress. So I believe Davis will go to the hole for 2. Stanley Davis Jr., as I noted, he already comes into this one with 20 steals on the season. Watch out for that man.
Yeah, you said it perfectly, Trevin. He takes steals and turns them into points. He's their best all-around player, the senior from Chester, Pennsylvania. Going to be a load full today for the Bison.
C.J. Williams with the ball, gets it to Robinson. Robinson up top to Garvey. Garvey across to Bristol Jr., who gets it to C.J. C.J. Williams in the corner, 3 points. Bison 3-2 is the score. 17:57 to go in the first half. Just getting this one underway. The Bears visit the nation's capital, taking on the Bison of Howard University. The Bison trying to get their first win, conference win of the season.
Oh, that was a good sight, though. C.J. Williams connecting smooth on his first outside jumper.
Down inside, that's Davis Jr. for the Bears. Looking for some room. Puts it up. Smooth jumper by Stanley Davis Jr.
He's a big guard. You know, he's 6'5", but he kind of plays like a post player. Tough guy to defend. Tough matchup against the 2-3.
Khalil Robinson bringing the ball across the half-court line. He's being defended by Sherwin Devonish. Zion Cousins loses the handle. Cousins goes to the floor. It's going to be Bears ball. Zion Cousins and Jamar Brown, one for the ball. Two big men. Zion standing 6'8", Jamar standing 6'9".
Yeah, it's not what you want. Two turnovers in the first 3 possessions. Howard's going to knock down outside shots. They're a good outside shooting team, but you've got to get the shots up to do that. You don't want to turn it over.
Andre Torrey checks in for the Bison. Here come the Bears on the attack. Sherwin Devonish with the rock. Gets it to Davis Jr. Davis Jr. gets it across the court to Baxter. Baxter inside, puts it up, misses it. Oh, and Baxter with the follow through. Misses the shot, gets his own rebound, slams it through for 2. Scores 6-3 in favor of the Bears.
Cousins, or rather Baxter, wide frame. Cousins not in the game. They go a little smaller with Torrey. Somebody's going to have to put a body on him.
Khalil Robinson on the drive, gets to Wayne Bristol Jr. in the corner. Bristol Jr. misses the shot. Baxter with the rebound for the Bears of Morgan State. Here comes the orange and blue as Baxter across the half-court line. Baxter wanted to take it. He gets called for it. Was it a foul call? Looks like there was a foul. There was a foul call.
They're calling it away from the ball, offensive foul, yeah, on Brown.
Troy Baxter, 6'9", 200-pound junior from Tallahassee, Florida. He's a forward.
Yeah.
He came down looking like a point guard at 6'9". Looked like he wanted to take it to the hole.
That's this Morgan State team. They're versatile. You look at the lineup, they have 5 players that can handle the basketball, 5 players that can get to the rim. They're tough to defend.
Khalil Robinson on the drive, puts it up, misses the shot, rebound, Morgan State. Here come the Bears on the attack. It's coming down with the ball for the Bears was Malik Miller. Down inside to Brown. Looks like the foul's going to be called on Andre Torrey. Foul is called on Andre Torrey with the hold. Cousins comes back in. Torrey comes out. Yeah, Davis checks out. Go ahead.
Cousins went down going for that loose ball. I think he banged up his knee. Just went and got it checked down on the sideline, and now he's back in the game.
Granson checks in for the Bears of Morgan State. That's Baxter with the ball right now. Gets it down inside to Brown. Brown being double teamed. Gets the nice pass. 2 points. Malik Miller on the drive to the hole.
Yeah, so that's how you beat the 2-3. What CJ has to do there is rotate down to center paint. He stayed on the block, and that led to the player open down low.
Khalil Robinson gets it to Nate Garvey. Garvey to Williams. C.J. Williams with the rock for the Bison. He's the leading scorer. Williams averaging 18 points a contest. Khalil Robinson now with the rock. Gets it across to Garvey. Garvey with the mid-range jumper. Knocks it down. Nate Garvey. As he gets 2, the score is now 8-5 in favor of the Bears.
Not an easy shot there by Nate Garvey. Step back deep 2, but that's kind of his look. He makes that from time to time.
Malik Miller with the drive. He gets called for the charge. Will be Bison ball.
That's a Zion Cousins specialty right there. Getting his feet set outside the half circle. So good at that. You can count on at least 2 of those per game from him.
And we'll see that all day long. It's a timeout on the floor. We're going to take a quick timeout. You're watching Howard University Basketball in the MEAC Digital Network on FloHoops. We'll be back after this timeout.
As a Bison. Stay social with Real HU, search HU Bison Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for day-to-day updates on everything Bison. Looking for a great paying part-time job with flexible hours? Then check out 2026's. Find a day at 2026's.gov/jobs. That's 2026's.gov/jobs. Be sure to stop by the bookstore table located in the lobby for all of your Real HU apparel. Once again, stop by the bookstore table located in the lobby area for all of your Real HU authentic apparel. That's the first horn.
Oh, it's so cold, I think I'm done with
Welcome back to the Bird Gymnasium as Howard University takes on the Bears of Morgan State. Right now, Morgan State's on top 8-5. My name is Trevin A. Jones. I'm doing the play-by-play. My man Ryan Pierce is doing the color commentating. It's Alumni Day here at the Burr. And Ryan, it looks like the Bison are still trying to get their first win of the season. But they got a tough one in front of them with the Bears. The Bears are, third in the conference right now?
Yeah, Morgan State having a really good year. They are 5-3 this season in MEAC play. And we're seeing why. They're athletic. They can do a lot of different things offensively. They played hard defensively. It's a good program for both the men's and women's team.
As Malik Miller comes up with the steal for the Bears, dishes the ball off, and it's an easy 2 points for Sherwin Devonish. So now it's 10-5 in favor of the Bears of Morgan State. Here come the Bison on the attack. Wayne Bristol Jr. with the rock. Gets it up top to Nate Garvey, across the court to Williams. Williams taking his time, gets it back to Wayne Bristol Jr. Jr. gets it over to Khalil Robinson. Robinson to Garvey. Garvey for the shot. Misses that shot. Rebound Baxter for the Bears. Morgan State will bring the ball across the half-court line as they're going to slow it down. Handling the floor general duties would be Sherwin Devonish right now. Gets it over to Baxter in the corner. Baxter with a nice three-point shot. As Baxter just looks smooth today. He looks like he's in rhythm. He found his rhythm already today.
Yeah, the transfer from Florida Gulf Coast had 10 points against Howard last time these teams played. He's a really tough matchup for them. A big guy that can step out and shoot shots. Anytime you play somebody like that, it's tough to beat them with a 2-3, and right now, Baxter's been a big player.
Right on point. It's MEAC Basketball on FloHoops. You can always catch it on FloHoops.com. It's featuring the Bears of Morgan State taking on the Bison of Howard University. Women's finals today, you had Bethune-Cookman beating FAMU 78-52. You had Norfolk State falling to North Carolina A&T 53-39. And you had North Carolina Central over South Carolina State 90-49. And you had Morgan State 68-52 at the half. If you heard me pause, I'm looking at that score for the North Carolina A&T game and Norfolk State game and very surprised.
Yeah, Norfolk State, that's their first loss this season in MEAC play. They now fall to 6-1 for women's. That's big for Howard, keeping things at least moderately close to the top of the standings.
Definitely so. As we have action now on the court with the man, Wayne Bristol Jr. misses the shot, gets his own rebound. Man, he flew through there to get the rebound, fouled his own shot. Looks like there's going to be a foul called. Looks like it's going to be called on Jamar Brown.
Yeah, Brown clubbed him accidentally across the face. Bristol Jr. may have got poked in that left eye. He'll get checked out by the trainer as the Bison make a sub.
All right, so Bison with the ball. Robinson trying to find someone. Gets it to Nate Garvey. Garvey going to take his time. Gets it to Robinson. Robinson looking for a little bit of room. Torrey, who's checked in for the Bison, now has the rock. Torrey drives it home, puts it up, misses the shot. Nice tip in by Zion Cousins.
That's Cousins for you. A little bit out of position, uses the long arms to get around the player, boxing him out, and tipped it in.
As the Bears are now on the attack, handling the rock is Sherwin Devonish, handling the point guard duties. And like you mentioned, Ryan, you have plenty of people who can handle the rock for the Bears. So Devonish might be being the point guard at one point, and then you might see Davis at another point as the ball is tipped, and it looks like it will be Bison ball.
Here's a chance for Howard to kind of build on the momentum. Look, they got a nice two-pointer on the other end from Cousins. They get the defensive stop. You're down by 6. Maybe you can trim it in a little bit here.
Bison on the attack. Khalil Robinson with the rock. Gets it to C.J. Williams. Score is 13-7 in favor of the Bears. Nate Garvey brings it up top. Gets it to C.J. C.J. looking for some room. 13 minutes to go in the first half. As Khalil Robinson looking for someone to get it to. Gets it to Garvey. That's Torrey. Coach Blakeney has Torrey and Cousins in. It's a block. It's going to be goaltending?
Yeah.
That's 2. As Khalil Robinson beat the defense, and as he was going to the hole, Davis Syfax Jr. comes through, hits the ball off the backboard, so that's a goaltending.
Yep, Robinson got up on the backboard and led to the goaltending. Bison caught a little break there. Torrey lost it, rolled right to Robinson, and he was able to finish it. Makes it a 4-point game. Bison hanging in there, starting to find their groove a little bit.
And it was interesting to see Zion even come underneath to get that tap in earlier. Here come the Bears on the attack. Right to the hole, puts it up, missed the shot. Great penetration, though, by Stanley Davis Jr. He shows his speed and quickness as he got right to the hoop. He just missed the shot.
Props to Cousins. He comes out and stops Stanley Davis Jr., doesn't foul him, then gets back in position for the rebound.
Here come the Bears on the attack, gets the ball inbounds. Baxter missed the easy layup. Zion Cousins battles with him for the rebound. It's going to be Bison ball.
Ooh, Bison caught a break there. Baxter beat Lee to the rim. Big guy just missed the layup.
As the ball is brought inbounds, Torrey gets it to Cousins, who gets it back to Torrey. Ian Lee in for the Bison. Lee brings the ball across the half-court line. And he gets it to Torrey. Torrey up top, gets it over to Williams. CJ taking his time, shot clock at 20. 12:41 to go in the first half. The Bison are down by 4. 13-9 is the score. Torrey goes up with the ball, and it's going to be blocked, and there's another goaltending call. Baxter went up a little too high. I think he caught the ball coming down.
I love that move by Andre Torrey. Look, he's a little bit thinner, a leaner guy. If you're going to put a shoulder into an opposing defender, a lot of times the officials will give the benefit of the doubt to the guy who's a little bit skinnier, doesn't have quite as much meat on his bones, against a player like Granson who didn't go flying. Torrey gets the rim, puts the ball on the backboard. I don't know if it would have gone in, but he got the goaltending call.
Phillip Jones checks in for the Bison. Here come the Bears on the attack. This Devinis with the rock, gets it to Baxter. Baxter looks like he wants to go to the hole, puts it up, misses the shot. Rebound inside and going up strong. Nice block by Zion Cousins. As going up strong for the shot was Granson. And now it's going to be Bison ball. Zion looks like he has a little bit of pep in his step today's game.
Zion playing hard defensively, drawing charges, getting blocks, getting back on defense. This is Zion Cousins, the guy we like to watch play. Such a hustler on the defensive end.
13-11, Bears up by 2. 12-13 to go in the first half. Trevin A. Jones doing the play-by-play. My man Ryan Pierce is doing the color commentating. MEAC Hoops on Flow Sports coming your way right now. You can always go to the website and catch up on archived games. It's 2 points scored by the David Syfax for the Bears. Score 15-11. Here come the Bison on the attack. That's Jones. Jones cut off. Wants to get the ball to his teammates. Jones wants to drive to the hole, loses control, but gets the ball back. Almost recovered, but was out of bounds and couldn't get the handle.
Yeah, Jones a little bit out of control. I know he's energized, ready to go, but a tough turnover.
Timeout on the floor, so we'll take a quick timeout. It's Howard University basketball live on Flow Sports from the Burr in Washington, D.C. Right now, the Bison are down by 4, 15-11. We'll take a quick break, come right back after this brief timeout.
Don't miss your chance to win $10,000 today during the men's game. Go to the lobby now to sign up for your chance to win. That's $10,000. Make sure it shows in the lobby area for your chance to win.
It's Hero Super Tim from the B97.3 FM. Big shout out to Danae Thomas, our Black History Trivia winner. The answer to the question, who was the first African-American?
Welcome back to the Burr Gymnasium here in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. as the Howard University Bison host the Morgan State Bears. The score is 15-11 right now, and the Bears will have the ball, I believe. Trevin A. Jones doing the play-by-play. My man Ryan Pierce doing the color commentating. And right now, the Bears of Morgan State 10-11 overall, coming into this one 6-2 in conference play. As here come the Bears on the attack. That is Davis with the rock. Gets it over to his teammate Granson. Granson now with the rock once again. Granson takes a three-point shot, missed that shot, air ball, hits nothing but net. But the Bears get the rebound. Davis now pulls up for a jumper, misses that shot. Rebound goes to the Bears once again, back up top. And Devenish will hold things up just for a second, get things settled.
That's what you can't have if you're Howard. You cannot give up second chance opportunities to the Morgan State Bears.
Devenish looking to penetrate, gets the ball over in the corner. Here comes Miller. Miller wants to back it back out. Gets it up top. That's Granson. Granson wants to take another three-pointer. Shot clock violation. And there will be Bison ball.
Bison
Great defensive set for Howard. Nearly forced 2 shot clock violations. Look, you don't want to have to work that hard on defense, but at least the Bison got the job done.
Definitely so. And Granson is 6'8". He's shooting from beyond the arc, but he is a 30% shooter from the three-point range. So you're just not used to seeing that 6'8", 235 shooting trays.
And David Seifex was pleading for the basketball. Couldn't get it to him.
Here come the Bison on the attack. That's C.J. Williams with the rock. Khalil Robinson wide open, knocks down the 3. Khalil Robinson now makes the score 15-14 in favor of the Bears. 10.5 to go in the first half.
That shot's got to go. That's where Howard's strength is at. Their outside shooting. Robinson was open.
As the spin move by Davis is missed the shot, and then he gets called for the foul. Zion Cousins comes up with the rebound for the Bison.
And that, I believe, is 5 fouls. Nope, 4 fouls on Morgan State. So the fouls starting to pile up for the road team a little bit here. 10:29 left to go.
Definitely so. It's something you probably don't want to see if you're Coach Brodus of your Bears playing in hostile territory and then giving up too many fouls. You don't want to see the home team at the charity stripe too often because then you know there's silence in the crowd. When the visitors get to the charity stripe, there's a lot of noise. Here come the Bison on the attack. Khalil Robinson on the far side of the court gets it to Garvey. Garvey looking to penetrate. Finds Khalil Robinson on the far side again. Back up top to Garvey. Garvey, shot clock down to 7. Garvey puts it up, missed the shot. Rebound, Bears coming in high and grabbing. That one was Taj Malik Campbell. And then there's a slam dunk on the other end. David Syfax for 2, 17-14. Bears up by 3.
Syfax running the floor. An athletic big man getting rewarded with a nice pass.
C.J. Williams. C.J. for 3. C.J. Williams. 3 points, Bison. Score is now tied at 17. Under 10 minutes to go in the first half.
Keep cooking, C.J. Bison are going to have to hit from the outside against this big Morgan State team.
As here comes the drive. Nice dish off. Oh, almost a slam dunk. That would have been pretty by Baxter. Rebound comes back to the Bears. Baxter cut that one and was almost just going to stuff the whole gymnasium in the rim at that point.
Zion Cousins plays like a 6'11" center. He doesn't just impact players by blocking shots, he makes shots tougher. And then he kind of impacted that turnover. He started moving towards the pass and forced it behind the target, led to a turnover.
17 all is the score. Here come the Bison on the attack. Still looking for that first conference win. On the drive, Wayne Bristol Jr. dishes it off to Zion Cousins. Cousins goes up, misses the shot. That's blocked. Troy Baxter gets his hands on it. Here come the Bears on the attack. Devenish scoops it up to Baxter. Baxter from distance knocks it down. Made a long distance call. 3 points for the Bears, 20-17.
That's 2 threes for the 6'8" Baxter.
Here come the Bison on the attack once again. 2 Bears on the floor. Khalil Robinson looks to repeat. Khalil Robinson for 3. Each team dialing up long distance.
4 threes combined from Robinson and Williams. We talked about the value of those 2 today. They have to step up, and so far they have.
Here comes Devenish. Devenish looks over to Coach Brodus. Gets his instructions. Devenish calls out the signals to his teammates. His grandson with the ball. I'm sorry, Syfax with the ball for the Bears. Gets it back to Devenish. Devenish gets it to Baxter. Down the side, Syfax. Oh, man. Wayne Bristol Jr. showing some toughness. As Syfax tried to intimidate, goes up, and he gets his hand on the ball, and it's Bison ball.
You know, I think the 2-3 zone has really elevated Wayne Bristol Jr.'s post-defensive play. He's been at that bottom part on the block all year. He's turned almost into a good low post defender. He really looks impressive.
C.J. Williams with the mid-range jumper. He misses that shot. Devenish comes up with the rebound for the Bears. Bears on the fast break on the attack. Devenish to the hole, puts it up, and it goes in. Nate Garvey going to be called for that foul. As Devenish goes in strong, finishes up strong, gets the bucket.
Devenish Prince Jr., preseason on MEAC third-teamer. This was a guy they thought would put up massive numbers this season for Morgan State. He's been good, 10-plus points, a good passing shooting guard, second team in assists. He's been good as advertised. He can get to the rim and make things happen.
So as he goes to the line, Devenish Prince is a 64% shooter from the charity stripe. Not bad, nothing to sneeze at. Puts it up, knocks it down. 23-20. Bears up by 3. 8:01 to go in the first half. Here come the Bison on the attack, and looks like shot clock. Something is wrong with the shot clock.
Yeah, shot clock didn't start. You know, Morgan State's they're a good second-half team. They're a better second-half team than they are in the first half. They outscored by the Bison by double figures in the second half earlier this year. Important that Howard can hang tight and keep pace over these final 8 minutes.
Definitely so. There's a timeout on the court, so but we'll keep it right here this time. As it's Trevor Nate Jones bringing the play-by-play. My man Ryan Pierce is on the color commentating. It's MEAC Basketball. It's broadcasting on the MEAC Digital Network, broadcast on FloHoops, featuring the Bears of Morgan State and the Bison of Howard University. Bison looking for their first win of the season, Ryan, in the conference.
They've been so close a handful of times, an overtime loss, a tight game to Morgan State. They've been right there on multiple occasions. Coach Blakeney's talked about it. We can play a good 35 minutes. It's that 5-minute stretch that really kills us. Today it's about getting a good full 40 against Morgan State, a good MEAC team, and trying to pull out that conference win.
And what's interesting is that this season, you have 2 coaches in their first year. Coach Kevin Brodus with Morgan State, Coach Kenneth Blakeney with Bison. The predicted order of finish at the beginning of the season was that Howard would finish 6th in the conference and Morgan State would finish 8th.
Yeah, and Morgan State's overperformed both men's and women's side, and they've really been a positive surprise in the MEAC. A lot of players have come on and developed well. This is a good Bears team.
Definitely a good team, as we're seeing. Very athletic team. You look at Troy Baxter, 6'9", 200 pounds, looking like a point guard. Then you look at Granson, 6'8", 235 pounds, a junior from the Netherlands. He's shooting from beyond the arc. You don't expect that.
Everybody can shoot on this Morgan State team. That's contemporary basketball. Everybody handles the ball. Everybody can shoot. They're a tough team to play against. They present a lot of matchup issues.
Speaking of matchups, right now we're about to get back into this one. 23-20 is the score. Bears up by 3. Bison with the ball. Khalil Robinson trying to beat the trap and the press. And he almost did, but the ball is stolen. Coming back the other way, that's Campbell with the steal for the Bears. Campbell dishes off to Davis. Davis dishes it off to his teammate. And that is Granson for the score.
Yeah, Bison may have caught a break.
Injured.
Yeah, I think Granson may have got just clipped on the top of his head. It was maybe tough to see for the official. Or may have got hit in the eye, one of the two. They'll give him some time to walk it off.
Coach goes out immediately, checks on his player, which he should do. So Granson will come out. And coming back in for the Bears of Morgan State. That looks like that will be David Syfax, Jr. 6'7", 225, senior from Detroit, Michigan.
Good quality of play so far. Both teams shooting over 50%.
As the Bison try to bring the ball inbounds, Cousins gets the ball, gets it back to Garvey. Garvey being covered by Campbell. Syfax back there as well to get him in the trap. Gets it across and it's stolen. Here the ball is coming the other way. That's Baxter. Baxter underneath. Nice pass to Campbell. And Wayne Bristol Jr. gets called for the goaltending.
Right now the Bison have only 2 players in the backcourt. They're going to have to bring up Wayne Bristol Jr. or maybe C.J. Williams to help bring the ball up.
27-20 is the score. Bears on top of the Bison. Khalil Robinson this time beats the press. Goes down the heart of the defense. Gets to Wayne Bristol Jr. in the corner. 3 points, Wayne Bristol Jr.
The benefit of facing the press, if you're able to beat it, you'll have guys open. Wayne Bristol Jr. is so tough.
Here comes the Bears on the attack. That's Devenish with the ball. Devenish Prince, and he's being trapped, and he calls a timeout. The timeout was called. Devenish Prince came down, got the ball across the half-court line, found himself in trouble. Turned and looked at the coach. Coach Brodus says timeout, called timeout.
Smart play there. Bison, good job. I think they surprised the veteran Devenish Prince. Got him in the corner, trapped him, and he had to call timeout.
It's a good timeout called as there's a break on the floor. This is MEAC Hoops, MEAC Basketball being brought to you live on the MEAC Digital Network. Broadcast on FloHoops featuring the Bison and the Bears live from the nation's capital here at the Bird. And anytime we have a game in a Bird, you can see the crowd is into it, everybody's into it. It's a good time.
Sure, always a lot of fun. And the past couple weeks have been really good basketball. Bison still trying to pick up that W. Maybe it comes today.
Maybe it does. As the Bears, they're trying to actually continue to stay where they are in conference play at number 3. Can improve with the win today. 6-2 in conference play. Here comes Devenish Prince, gets the ball over to Davis. Davis gets it to Syfax. It's back to Devenish Prince. Devenish Prince looking to penetrate. Gets it in the corner. That's Campbell for three. Misses that shot. Rebound. They're going to get Baxter with the push.
Yeah.
Troy Baxter on the push of the back of Khalil Robinson.
That's the right call, too. Robinson was in position. Look, it wasn't a significant push, but it was enough to put him in position for the rebound when he didn't have it originally. Good call by the official.
6 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the half. 27-23 is the score. Bears up by 4. Khalil Robinson with the rock for the Bison. Devin Prince is covering him. You have Campbell and Prince. Campbell and Garvey. It's Nate Garvey with the ball. Gets it into the corner. Wayne Bristol Jr. back up top to Robinson. Over to C.J. Williams. C.J. on the drive. Puts it up. Spin move. Nice little layup by C.J. Williams.
That got the crowd up to his feet. C.J. with the acrobatics.
27-25 is the score. 6:20 to go in the first half. Bears making the trip down 95. Taking the trip to the nation's capital. Not far. Just from Baltimore. Maybe about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Devin Prince gets it back up top to Baxter. Baxter wants to drive. Try to get him underneath. It's stolen. This time Khalil Robinson coming up with the ball. Gets it down court to Wayne Bristol Jr. Wayne Bristol Jr. Goes down hard as Baxter went up for the block, and Wayne Bristol Jr. came down and landed on his arm. He didn't even get a chance to brace himself for that fall. Wow, you talking about ups in this game. These teams are flying.
Fast-paced. Wayne Bristol Jr. probably fell as good as he possibly could. Anytime that happens, it's scary. You don't want to land with your knee underneath you. You don't want to land on your head, of course, or an arm. It looks like Wayne landed correctly. As bizarre of a saying that is, I think he'll be okay, thankfully, because that was a scary moment.
It definitely was a scary moment. We're here at the Bird for the contest between the Bears and the Bison. It's alumni weekend here at HU. So they're welcoming back former players and alumni, like welcome back to the Burr. And right now they are down by a score of 27-25. 6 minutes to go in the contest. C.J. Williams has 8 points already. That's interesting because you have Davis for the Bears who has 4 points. You have Devin Prince comes in with 5. And then you have Baxter, who's been looking impressive in the first half. He has 8 points already with 4 rebounds. David Syfax also has 4, and they have Campbell with 2. So I'm looking for, it looks like, Ryan, between the two teams, the attack is going to be balanced.
Yeah, balanced attack, especially for Morgan State. Same for Howard. In the beginning, we thought C.J. Williams and Khalil Robinson were going to have to combine for at least 30 points if the Bison were going to want to win this game. With Kyle Foster being out, they are saying it's a common foul, it sounds like. Right now, they got 16. Halfway there, still 6 minutes left to go in the first half.
Right, definitely. And you talked about Kyle Foster being out. That's 9 points that you're missing.
Foster's been playing really good basketball over the past few weeks. He's been their leading scorer on multiple occasions. Robinson and Williams have to shoulder that load that they have so far.
Wayne Bristol Jr., 80% free throw shooter. So he is somebody you want on the charity stripe if you're a Bison fan. Puts the ball up, knocks that one down. See, he shows I'm not a liar. I tell the truth. He shoots 80%.
Exactly. You're right on cue. Telling the people the truth, and Wayne Bristol backed you up there.
As he sets up for the second one, knocks that one down. Ties the score at 27. 6 minutes to go in the first half. The Bears visiting the Bison. Here come the Bears on the attack. Bring the ball down court. That looks like that is Malik Miller. Miller gets the bucket back to Devin Prince. Down inside, that is Davis. Davis with the spin move, puts it up. Davis gets an easy 2 points going over Zion Cousins. Now makes the score 29-27. 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half.
That was a nice move by Davis Jr., showing off his skill set.
C.J. Williams now wants to drive. C.J. puts it up, and it's going to be a charge. No, they're going to call a charge. Ooh, that was close. David Syfax looked like he may have had position.
Yeah. I think he did. You know, side effect was outside of the half ring. It was close. It looked like he had a position. The question becomes, was CJ really going hard enough to actually knock him over in the first place? That's up for debate.
Bears on top with the ball and the lead. 29-27 is the score. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Now up top, that's Davis. Davis gets to Miller. Miller looks like he must have drive. Hesitated. Anytime you hesitate, you drag your foot.
Miller looked like he was about to shoot it and then thought, you know what, I'm going to take it in a little bit closer. I'm surprised he didn't, was wide open. Miller had a huge game against Howard off the bench 2 weeks ago. Had 12 points, made all of his free throws. Quiet so far.
Here comes the Bison on the attack. Robinson with the rock, gets it to C.J. Williams, waiting patiently for someone to get open. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it over to Khalil Robinson. Robinson looking to penetrate. Gets it back up top, Zion Cousins. Cousins to Bristol Jr. over to Williams. And here comes Robinson penetrating on the drive. It's Nate Garvey in the corner. Nate Garvey knocks down 3 to make it 30-29. Bison take the lead. Might be the first one of this half.
It is 71% shooting from the outside, now 75% with that three-pointer made. The Bison are hitting their outside shots. Don't be afraid to fire if you're Howard right now. You're on. Take them.
As the Bears trying to answer. Down by 1, 30-29. I believe it's the first time in this half that they've been down. Syfax with the spin move goes in, and he uses that arm. It gets called for the foul. The official did a good job, the referee, because from his vantage point, he could see Syfax use the elbow.
You know, Williams got called for the offensive foul on the other end. He did something comparable. Syfax used the arm to create some space. You got to call it both ways, and the official does.
As Granson's back on the court after we saw him get shaken up a little bit earlier, so he's back for the Bears. As it's 30-29, Bison on top with the lead and the ball. Nate Garvey going to take his time. Campbell covering him. Wayne Bristol Jr. cut to the back. He was wide open. Garvey decides not to give it to him. Gets it to CJ. Shot clock down to 7. CJ Williams on the drive. Williams gets it over to Garvey, and it's going to be a blocking foul this time. This time was a block called on Campbell. As CJ went up, dished the ball off. As he was coming down, had no room. Taj Malik Campbell called for the foul.
I think that was the interpretation of the official there. His thought was that Campbell slid underneath Williams as he went up in the air. Was Williams out of control a little bit? Yes, but Campbell wasn't quite set. It was close. Another bang-bang play. That time, Williams got the call.
CJ at the line. Knocks that one down. He's a 66% free throw shooter.
First attempt is good.
So now the lead is 31-29. Bison up by 2. 4:06 to go in the first half. CJ knocks down the second one.
Free throw's crucial right here. Bison want to build on this lead. Morgan State a good second half team.
32-29 is the score. As the Bears are on the attack, Devonish Prince gets the ball up top. Davis gets it to Miller. Miller gets it to Granson. Back to Devonish Prince. Devonish with the shot. Nice little mid-range jumper from Devonish Prince. Gets the 2 points. 32-31, Bison on top. 3.5 to go in the first half. Here comes Khalil Robinson looking for the attack for the Bison, to lead the attack for the Bison. Nate Garvey at the top, gets it over to Robinson. Robinson looking for someone to get it to, gets it to Wayne Bristol Jr. Wayne Bristol Jr. finds a lane, drives, and ball is knocked away. Davis, quick hands, knocks the ball out of the hands of Bristol Jr. It's going to be Bison ball. Wayne Bristol Jr. was looking for the foul, didn't get that. Anytime a player looks for the foul after the foul, I'm almost inclined to say, nope, there was no foul.
Yeah, I think Bristol was thinking maybe the ball went off his leg. The official kind of split the difference there and said, okay, no foul. We'll let you keep it, though. Stays with Howard. Good defensive play by Stanley Davis, Jr. He's a tough guy to beat off the dribble.
It definitely is. It's Howard University basketball and Morgan State Bears basketball brought to you live on FloHoops. It's MEAC Basketball is what it is. Brought to you live on FloHoops. You can go to FloHoops.com to always check on other games and games that you may have missed. We got you covered. Trevin A. Jones doing the play-by-play. My man Ryan Pierce doing the color commentating. Alumni weekend here at the campus of Howard University. And Ryan, I'm looking for the shooting to even pick up, if you can believe I'm saying that, because I think both teams are shooting like 70% beyond the arc right now. And I'm looking for the pace to pick up and for the players just to start knocking down jumpers. This just looks like that type of team. Both teams look like that type of team.
Yeah, teams are hitting from the outside right now. There's been some easier shots missed. High-quality basketball so far. Good action, some turnovers early. Teams have cleaned that up. It's been a good game, 32-31. This is what you want between Morgan State and Howard. Back and forth, high-action, entertaining first half.
Definitely entertaining. Always looking at the factors. I always want to see what's going to be a key factor, in this game. And I always say rebounds are definitely going to be key because the team with the ball the most, who gets the ball, is probably going to control it again. The Bears are a tall team. The Bison do have a couple of people that can also compete as far as controlling the boards. Here come the Bison with the inbound pass, Wayne Bristol Jr., who goes up high. They caught him with a travel.
Say he shuffled his feet. It was close. CJ was standing there
Wide
waiting for the
open.
three. Yeah. I don't mind that shot, though, from Wayne Bristol Jr. Under the rim, go up for it. Just be careful about shuffling your feet.
The Bears now on the attack. Get the ball across the court. That's Malik Miller. Miller brings it across the half-court line. Gets it over to Davis. Davis looking over the coach. Gets his instructions. That's Granson. Granson holding the ball up top. Gets it back to Miller. Nice little alley-oop underneath as Taj Malik Campbell goes in for the easy two. Makes the score now 33-32 in favor of the Bears. We are at 2.5 minutes to go in the first half as Garvey gets the ball to Khalil. Robinson gets it to CJ. CJ looking, taking his time. Shot clock down to 10. Garvey gets to Wayne Bristol in the corner. 3 points, Wayne Bristol Jr.
Perfect from Wayne Bristol Jr. there. Didn't rush the shot, got his feet set, and knocked it down.
As the Bison is shooting 75% from beyond the arc. Ball's up, missed shot, rebound. Davis goes up with it, gets fouled. Called Nate Garvey on the call.
It's a good foul. I'm not sure in there to say it was a shooting foul. I think Garvey was trying to commit that foul before the shot. Bison were out of position after the trap. It would have been an easy two, so Garvey commits the foul, but I think he was hoping it would have been prior to the shot.
Stanley Davis Jr. at the line. He's an 81% free throw shooter for the Bears of Morgan State. And he's averaging 13 points a game. Knocks that one down. As I said earlier in the pregame, he does have 20 steals on the season. And he has 45 assists. And he has 8 block shots. Pretty good all-around player. 6'5", 204 pounds senior from Chester, PA.
Substitution for the Bison. Zion Cousins replacing Andre Toure. Shooting.
Davis puts it up. The second one knocks it down. Makes the score. It's tied. 35 all. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the contest. Here comes Khalil Robinson. Robinson across the half-court line. Gets the ball to Nate Garvey. Garvey being covered by Granson. Gets the ball to Wayne Bristol Jr. Back to Garvey. Garvey for three. Knocks it down, Nate Garvey.
Keep it coming, Bison. They have been on fire from the outside, shooting around 80%. When you're hot, keep taking those threes.
As the Bears coming back on the attack, trying to answer. 37-35 to score. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. As Davis has the ball for the Bears. Gets it to Okafor. Who gets it back to Devonish Prince. That's Miller. Miller on the drive, puts it up, gets 2 points. Malik Miller on the drive. He's home. He's from Washington, D.C. 6'4", 191-pound sophomore from D.C. Playing for Morgan State. Wayne Bristol Jr. Cuts through on the basket. Khalil Robinson has the rock. Gets it to CJ. Gets it back to WBJ, as we call him. Robinson, dish underneath to Zion Cousins. Cousins goes up, and it looks like Okafor might have been caught trying to recover.
Perfect. That's exactly what you're looking for. They were having a hard time getting the ball to Cousins in the normal offensive sets. They bring him out, and he sets a back screen for Robinson. Robinson drives. Cousins slips towards the rim. An easier over-the-top pass leads to 2 free throws.
As the foul was called on Miller. Zion knocks down the first one. Cousins is a 67% free throw shooter. Not bad. And you know what, Ryan? I'm noticing something. I heard in the sports world when everyone was talking about Kobe and his influences, one thing that was pointed out was that he influenced the young generation to go to the low-top sneakers as opposed to high tops. As I look on the court, everybody's wearing low tops, which is kind of interesting because when I hooped, it was all high tops.
Yeah, and a lot of times when you play pick up basketball, they recommend, hey, wear those high tops, don't roll your ankles, but maybe there's something to the low tops.
Definitely looks like it's true. The Bears of Morgan State have looking pretty in their orange low tops. As the score is 39-37, Bison on top by 2, but not for long as Miller knocks down a 3 for the Bears, making it now 40-39 in favor of Morgan State. Under 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here come the Bison on the attack. Nate Garvey trying to get the ball over to CJ. They cut that off. Khalil Robinson now has the rock for the Bison. Zion Cousins gets it to Wayne Bristol Jr. Wayne Bristol Jr. trying to drive in, mid-range jumper, knocks it up, knocks it down. Wayne Bristol Jr. 41-40 is the score. Here come the Bears on the attack, as they're going to slow it down as Davis with the rock.
These two teams making everything. Bison 64%, Morgan State 61.
No shot clock, 10 seconds to go in the first half. Bison up by 1. Bears look to take the last shot. Devin Prince on the drive, puts it up, and it's going to be no bucket on the floor.
That's okay. Bison had 2 fouls to give.
So it's going to be called on, Zion Cousins. 41-40 is the score. C.J. Williams and Wayne Bristol Jr. leading the way for the Bison with 10 points each. Ball's up top. Miller for 3. Knocks it down. Malik Miller gets the Bears the lead going into the half by a score of 43-41. Nice shot.
This guy doesn't miss. Malik Miller nearly perfect in that first half. He had a big game against Howard last time these teams play. The DC native is making his hometown team suffer. Still, though, the Bison played well, only down by 2.
He definitely is, and it's halftime here at the Bird, where you have Trevin A. Jones doing the play-by-play. Man, Ryan Pierce is doing the color commentating. And Ryan, we actually have a special guest coming in. Coach A.B. Williamson, I believe, will be coming in. Yep, there he is. How you doing, Coach? Have a seat right here. So we got it's Howard University basketball, MEAC basketball, Morgan State basketball right here on FloHoops. And we got a special halftime guest. It's an honor and a privilege to have Coach A.B. Williamson with us here at the half. And Ryan, I have to say to you that I'm going to say we're in the presence of royalty. And if you follow basketball, if you follow MEAC basketball, you follow HBCU basketball, you follow Howard basketball, you know that Coach Williamson is the man. What's up, Coach?
All right, very good seeing you guys.
Man, it's a pleasure having you here, Coach, and I know you love talking basketball, right?
What's good, Howard University?
I'm kind of nudging.
That was my life for about 40 years.
Now, let me ask you this question, Coach. What was it like getting when you're looking at the high school talent, the Division I coach, and you're trying to build a champion? What makes it work? Like when you find the talent, they're raw talent and they're young. They come under your.
Well, a point guard, one.
Okay.
A big guy, secondly, and an enforcer. After that, you can build around them.
So the key would be the point guard with the floor general.
Yeah, you got to have that. You can't turn it over. You got to have somebody that understands the game and can be respected around the league as well as with his teammates.
And as I understand it, with you being here at Howard, you had your pick with the local talent. DC was always going to have that.
I had all of that.
So what type of – see, I'm trying to get you to talk about yourself and talk about the teams in the past because, I mean, it's such great teams, but it took good coaching. And when you groomed the teams and the players, is there anything that you were actually looking for in a particular player?
Well, a lot of times when you have when you're winning – the coach and you lose a game, the coach gets the problem. But when you win, it's always the players, and that's the way it should be. So if you can lay back and watch. But we were very fortunate. I was from the area. I knew the high school kids around, and we got some of the better kids to come back. And I think one of the teams that we had called the Dunk Patrol was probably one of the better teams, not only at Howard, but of the entire metro area. We could have played with anyone.
Which you proved because, if I understand it correctly, Coach, and I tried to do my history and studying, your team was the first team to get a MEAC bid at Howard University to go to the big dance.
We were the first team in the MEAC to get a bid. But the better team was the previous year when we didn't get a bid.
Wow.
We were on a 9-game winning streak going into that, won the tournament, and we didn't get a bid. The next team, the year later, we lost some kids, and they weren't quite as good, but we still held our own.
But now, when you say that, is it the makeup of the team? And the reason I ask that, Coach, is because you have a team that's better than the team that got the bid the following year. Was there a foundation laid by the team prior?
Of course, but we lost a couple of key ingredients through graduation. the previous year. So we had to blend in younger players. Our 5 was still good, but we didn't have the depth.
Now, the team that you called the Dunk Patrol, was that the team that actually went into the big dance?
Yes, yeah. Well, they were Dunk Patrol 2 years.
I was going to ask if there's 2 versions. Okay, go ahead.
Years. They were Dunk 1, Dunk 2.
So Dunk 2 actually got to make it to the big dance.
Yeah.
Talk about some players that you remember from that squad.
Well, we had Larry Spriggs, who played with the Lakers for a few years, and he got drafted by Houston. We had James Ratcliffe, who recently passed. He was All-America, went to Tennessee first, then he came back here. We had Rodney Wright, our floor general, who was Fatty Taylor's brother, and he made us go. And he was the key to push it. Then we got a kid out of Smyrna, Georgia. I think he's here tonight. Bernard Perry.
Wow.
If they had the 3-point shot during his tenure,
He would have been it.
oh, he would have been a pro. He got drafted by the Bullets at that time anyway.
Okay.
But if 3-point, he was probably the most pure shooter that I coached and that I've seen in the area.
Wow.
And he was 6'5". Now they got 7-footers shooting threes.
Wow. Coach, I want to ask you about that. The game has changed so much over the past couple of decades. Over the past 5 or 6 years, it's changed. You watch today's players and you think about the great talent you coached. What is the big difference between the style of play now compared to back then?
Well, the game is turned inside out. You got big kids outside shooting jumpers from 30, and they don't know how to play in the post.
Sure.
Then you got these little guys now, they're trying to go in the post to get the ball. And the biggest change, though, was the shot clock.
Yeah.
When that came in along with the three-pointer early, they didn't have the big kids initially doing that. And then when that happened, that changed the game completely because no game was out of, you could be ahead by 10 with a minute or so and you could lose if you didn't coach right. So that had to change me mentally a lot. I had to adjust to that.
Would you coach, if you were a coach here today, would you coach any different than you did back then considering the changes of the game? Or do you think the principles of coaching back then 100% carry over to today?
Most of the basic principles are there, but you just have to let kids play loose. I don't think they play as good a defense today. It's all about the three. I see some kids, I'm looking at TV at home, I see some kids shooting threes. I stand up in my chair. I say, oh, how in the world? How did he take that? But without even a pass, they come down and shoot a three, and it's acceptable. So, you know, the analytics has changed it because the geeks have said if you shoot enough threes and you make a certain percentage, you're going to win. Wow.
Coach A.B. Williamson, and you're in the MEAC Hall of Fame, and you're also in the HU, Howard University Hall of Fame.
Correct.
How does that feel? Because you finished, and you became the first compliance director, is that correct? How did you make that happen? Talking about transcending basketball.
Well, I had teenage kids. I didn't want to go coach elsewhere because I wanted to watch them grow up.
Okay.
And I just decided, my vice president called me and said, you want to do this thing? I didn't know what compliance was. but he said, you want to do that? And I said, I'll try it. And I ended up doing that for 20 years.
Wow.
So it was interesting. I think if I had to do it again, I wouldn't do it, though.
Wow.
Because you were the beloved coach. And then you became the hated compliance director. And people don't know I did compliance and the athletic business.
Wow.
So I was taking care of the money and for a long time. So it was quite a transition.
Well, now I know that down on the court they're introducing some of your former players as well. Are you supposed to be down there, Coach?
Well, that's Bernard Perry that's coming in. He was probably one of the better players I've ever had.
Got you. It's alumni weekend here at HU, and that's why they're introducing the former players, and it's the men's basketball alumni.
No, let them go ahead. And I have enough trouble walking up here.
And we got Coach Williamson with us. Now, Coach, and Ryan asked you a great question because I was going to ask you the same thing. When you look at the talent and the development now, it's changed. Like the game has changed to, is it softer, for lack of a better way of speaking, or what is the change?
Well, if you are a coach today, the first thing I would do all summer, kids shoot threes better than they shoot free throws.
Wow.
And that would be the basic. You can win now with inferior talent if you can shoot free throws and if you can shoot threes.
Okay.
And you play decent defense. You must check on the ball is very important. Ball on the ball defense, and then if you can stop a team after 3 passes and you know how to pick and roll, that's all it is to the game now. Pick and roll.
Does that get rid of the post player position, Coach?
Post players are almost non-existent. That's why you see, if you see a lot of good guards in this area, and you see good guards on TV, they have to learn to play in the post. You have to teach the post position to guard. And if you have a good one, he can really take advantage of that situation.
Wow. Trevin A. Jones here with Ryan Pierce and Coach A.B. Williamson. Coach is the famous, and like I said, I feel like we're in royalty, Ryan, because, I mean, I'm a big hoops fan, and to watch HU go to be the first team to get a MEAC, to get an invitation to the big dance, I mean, that's big time, and it starts right here. How does that feel, Coach? Talk about that and talk about being in the Hall of Fame.
Well, that was great. We went to Poly Pavilion, and we played Wyoming out in Poly Pavilion that first year. We held our own until we got in foul trouble. And then we didn't have any depth, so that's when they walked away. But they were very, very tall. They played a zone, 1-3-1 zone. I remember it like yesterday.
Wow.
And we were doing okay until we got foul trouble. Now, going into the Hall of Fame, when you do those kinds of things, and when you are lucky enough to be elected to those different halls, that gives you credit. It makes you feel like you worked all those years. You spent all those hours in this gym, because I've even put in lights in the gym back in the day. And so it makes you feel like you've accomplished something. And now I enjoy watching basketball. And there is some good and some bad basketball now. I think this young man here is going to get it together. He just doesn't have the talent. He gets 2 players, he'll be able to compete in MEAC.
Gotcha. Coach Clarence Blakeney. Coach A.B. Williamson, thank you very much for your time today, sir. It's an honor and a privilege.
Anytime. You guys do a
Coach,
good job.
Thank you.
It's Howard University.
I'm here most of the time. You see me over that side.
Okay. All right. And you're welcome every time, Coach. Every time.
Just let Ed know or let your SID know.
Got you.
All right.
It's MEAC Basketball live on FloHoops.com. Trevin A. Jones doing play-by-play. My man Ryan Pierce doing color commentating. We had Coach A.B. Williamson here at halftime, the famous coach at Howard University, who the Bison at the time, under Coach Williamson's direction, they were the first MEAC team to get an invitation to the big dance. Ryan, big-time hoops get ready to take place again. It's a good game. There's only 2-point difference, which is interesting. Got the Bears up 43-41, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know. If you look out on the floor, Ryan, you wouldn't be able to tell that the Bison were a 0-10 team in conference play.
Yeah, very fitting that Coach was talking about the three-point shooting. Both teams were on fire from the outside. Howard shot over 60% overall, so did Morgan State. They combined for 11 threes, 7 for Howard, 4 for Morgan State. Both teams made more threes than they missed. Both teams shoot over 62%. Morgan State forced a couple extra turnovers, got a couple extra opportunities on the offensive end. So if you're Howard, you got to come out and say, look, we played well, we shot the ball well, you've got to keep that up. Howard's strength is the outside shooting. They're a smaller team with guys that can stroke it from the outside. They have to keep going to it.
Now let me ask you this question. You're shooting 77% from beyond the arc. Do you want to go to halftime?
I don't think you do for either team. You're feeling it. We don't want to break. We want to keep on shooting.
Definitely, because now you're going to have to get warmed up again. And if you do get warmed up and you start knocking down threes, it looks like I'm thinking Nate Garvey is going to be the man. It looks like he's just found his rhythm.
Sure.
It looks like he's in the rhythm of the game. When you look at the other side, you look at the Bears of Morgan State, Stanley Davis is doing his thing. He is actually moving all over the court. It looks like he's just where he needs to be at any given time. I know that they said that there's not one person, on the Bears that you would think would be like that go-to guy. But to me, Between him and Troy Baxter right now, those would be the two people to keep your eye on. Troy Baxter being that 6'9", 6'8", tall, lean guy who looks like he can dribble and shoot.
Yeah, he's a tough matchup for Howard. He's a tough matchup for that 2-3 zone defense. And he torched Howard in the first half, scored 8 points. Miller, 10 points off the bench. There's something about him. He's just really good against the Bison. But Howard, it was comparable. I mean, both teams shooting well from the outside. When Morgan State would go on a run, Howard would counter. C.J. Williams, Wayne Bristol Jr. combined 20 points, 8 for Robinson, Garvey, and Cousins also chip in. Both teams had very comparable halves. They're comparable looking teams, at least so far. Comes down to Howard playing a better second half.
It's Howard University basketball and Morgan State basketball as well, live here on Flow Sports as FloHoops is what you're looking at today. MEAC conference play. Always streaming. We always have a MEAC game on, so you can always actually go to the website and look for past games if you missed some action. But today's action is going to be the Bears of Morgan State taking on the Howard University Bison. Only a 2-point difference. That's right, I said that. Exciting game. The Bears coming in with a record of 11-12, and the Bison coming in with a record of 2-20 overall. The Bears in conference play, they're 5-3. The Bison, they're 0-7. Still looking for that first conference win. A couple of the Bison's 2 wins of the season. One was against Regent, and the other one was against Hampton. Go figure. Hampton moves over to the Big South. We get to face them early in the season in non-conference play and come out with a win.
Big second half for Howard. They were outscored by Morgan State by double figures in the second half 2 weeks ago. Let's see if they can build on that today and do better.
As we get ready for the tip of the second half, on the floor for the Bears, looks like it's Devinish Prince. It also looks like it's Malik Miller. Troy Baxter, you have Jamar Brown, and Stanley Davis Jr. On the floor for the Bison, you have Khalil Robinson, you have C.J. Williams, Zion Cousins, Wayne Bristol Jr., WBJ as we call him, and you have Nate Garvey. The Bears will have the ball, first possession, getting ready to take on the second 20 minutes of this game on this day. Lady Bears won the game earlier today. Men trying to do the same thing. It's a doubleheader. Second half is underway. Here come the Bears on the attack. Down underneath, Jamar Brown with the 2 points for Morgan State. 45-41 is the score.
Good find to Brown down low. Quick start, Morgan State. That's how you beat the 2-3. Get a guy behind that back line.
Here comes Garvey. Gets the ball to Cousins. Cousins trying to get Bristol Jr. on the back door. He's going to take it from the corner. And he's fouled. Wayne Bristol Jr. was fouled in the corner. And Davis Jr., Stanley Davis Jr. can't believe it. So that means Wayne Bristol Jr. will go to the line for 3 shots. He missed the foul shot. Wayne Bristol Jr. from the charity stripe is 80%, averaging 9 points a game. 19 assists and 15 steals. I'm impressed. Wayne Bristol Jr. is only a freshman.
Yeah, he's been a really pleasant surprise. He's been one of the better freshmen in the MEAC this season. He's a versatile player, shows a lot of talent. He and Robinson will be a fun backcourt duo for the next couple of years.
As he knocks down the first one, scores now 45-42, 3-point lead by the Bears of Morgan State. Just getting the second half underway, 19 and a half minutes to go in the contest. Knocks down the second shot, but he gets another shot because he was fouled taking a 3. 45-43. Puts it up. Knocks. He missed the shot. Rebound, Troy Baxter for the Bears. 45-43 is the score. Here come the Bears of Morgan State. Devinish Prince gets it to Miller. Miller to Davis in the corner. Davis going to dribble underneath to Jamar Brown. Brown loses control. Gets it back up top to Davis. Davis on the near side of the court, taking his time. Wants to penetrate. Gets it back up top. Far side of the court. Here comes Miller on the drive. Miller puts it up and misses the shot. Rebound, Jamar Brown. Brown puts it in for 2 for the Bears. 47-43 is the score.
Brown off to a quick start. Only 2 points in that first half. Already 4 here in the second.
Here comes Khalil Robinson crossing the half-court line for the Bison. Gets it to Garvey. Garvey up top. Gets it across to C.J. Williams. C.J. looking. Decides to dribble. Gets it to Robinson. Garvey deep in the corner in the near court. Back up top to Zion Cousins. Here comes C.J. C.J. looks like he wants to take the shot. Takes a 3-point shot. Misses that shot off the front of the rim. Rebound, Devinish Prince. As here come the Bears on the attack. With the lead and the ball up by 4. 18 and a half to go in the contest.
It's been a while since a team led by more than 2 possessions. Howard trying to keep it close.
Baxter down inside to Brown. Brown puts it up, gets the 2 points. Looks like they're going to Jamar Brown as he attacks Zion Cousins.
Yeah, Brown going to work. Cousins typically has no problem when he's behind an offensive player.
Timeout, Kenneth Blakeney doesn't like what he's seeing, so there'll be a timeout on the court. 18:04 to go in the second half. 49-43 is the score. Bears of Morgan State up by 6. We'll take a quick timeout. This is a timeout. Welcome back to the Bird Gymnasium on the beautiful campus of Howard University in the nation's capital as the Bears of Morgan State have a 6-point lead on the Bison of Howard University, their hosts. 49-43 is the score, 18:04 to go in the contest. Trevin A. Jones doing the play-by-play. My man Ryan Pierce is doing the color commentating. Bison with the ball. That's Khalil Robinson. On the floor for your Bison is Robinson, Cousins. You have Williams, you have Garvey, and you have Wayne Bristol Jr., WBJ. And on the floor for the Bears, you have Devonish Prince, you have Baxter, you have Davis Jr., you have Miller, and you have Brown.
So Robinson tried to stop on that play, slid the right pivot foot.
As the Bears will have the ball, and they already have the 6-point lead, 17:50 to go in the contest. Here comes Devonish Prince, bringing the ball across the half-court line. Great penetration deep, goes to Brown underneath. Jamar Brown gets it blocked by Toure. Brown does get the rebound. It's going to go out of bounds, and it will be Bears ball.
Big play by Toure underneath. Again, though, ball goes to Brown. You're right, Trevin. It looks like that's a Morgan State strategy.
They're getting the ball deep into behind the defense and trying to get the easy 2. As Davis Jr. in the corner on the drive. It's a quick first step, and then he traveled. It's a very quick first step.
Yeah, he's fast. And same thing that happened with Robinson. The officials are being tight with that pivot foot. Both Robinson and Davis called for the almost exact same infraction.
Here come the Bison on the attack. Khalil Robinson with the rock. Bison down by 6, 49-43. Score 17-29. There's Robinson on the far side of the court. Looking for penetration. Does find a little bit of room. Gets it to WBJ, who gets it back to Robinson. Robinson wide open for 3. That's going to be short. Rebound, Stanley Davis Jr. Going to the hole. Try to spin move. Goes off his foot and out of bounds, but they're going to say it's off of Robinson's foot.
Yeah, that could have gone either way. It was tough to tell whose foot that actually kicked off. I'm sure with a replay, it'd be pretty obvious. I think the back official had a clear look at it, though, and knew it was off Robinson.
Robinson is very quick. He has that spin move that he likes to go to. Gets the ball up top to Devonish Prince. He's going to take his time. Gets it to Miller. Miller gets it to Davis. That is Devonish Prince on the near court. It's across the court now to Baxter. Baxter on the drive. Puts up a little soft layup. He's going to be fouled. Foul's called on C.J. Williams.
Yeah, Williams not sure what he did wrong there. It looks like maybe got him with the body. That's his second.
Troy Baxter at the line. He is a 72% shooter from the charity stripe. In other words, don't put him there because they'll put it down. Knocks that one down. Makes the score now 50-43 in favor of the Bears of Morgan State. And Ryan, when Baxter goes to the hole, he has such control, body control when he goes up in the air, and he has a soft touch.
He is a very difficult post player to defend. He's one of the few, I think, in the MEAC that at least we've seen that is over 6'8", but controls it like a forward.
It's Garvey with the three-point shot. Missed that shot. Rebound. Torrey for the Bison. Puts it up. He gets fouled as Jamar Brown comes back trying to recover. Gets Torrey on the arm.
You know, I like the hustle there from Andre Torrey. I think, and it's tougher when you're underneath there to actually think about this. Got the rebound. He's a very springy player. Can get back up quickly. Just go right back up. Don't take the power dribble. Just pop it back in.
Torrey's he's shooting under 25% from the charity stripe, but he makes that one. Score is now 50-44. 16 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the contest. Torrey takes the second shot. Misses that shot. Rebound. Nate Garvey with the long rebound for the Bison. Ball's on the floor, and on the floor is Robinson and Brown. That's going to be Bison ball thanks to the possession arrow.
That's big. Bison hustle rebound, able to keep possession.
As the Bison will get the ball back, they're shooting 56% from the floor, whereas the Bears are shooting 62%. And the Bison, who was shooting like around 80% from beyond the arc in the first half, that's down to 58% so far this half. And at the charity stripe, you got both teams shooting over 80%, which is interesting.
The officials talking, I think, whether the ball should be out underneath on the sideline. Maybe they're actually debating if it was a jump ball in the first place.
So we don't know what the call was. Oh, they had the clock. They're looking at the shot clock. They have to reset
there
the
we
shot
go.
clock. As it will be Bison ball. They're in the front court. 50-44 is the score. The Bears of Morgan State up by 6. Khalil Robinson dribbling up top. Finds WBJ, who gets in trouble in the middle. And then Nate Garvey hesitates. Gets called for the travel. So it will be Bears ball.
Yeah, those are the turnovers you don't want. 13 for Howard, same for Morgan State. Keeping control of the basketball is so vital for this Bison team.
Here comes the Bears on the attack. As that's Miller on the far side of the court. Back up top to Davis. Davis looking to penetrate. Crossover. Goes to the hole. Puts it up. Gets the bucket. They say bucket is good. That was a sweet crossover. As Davis, with the quick step that I've been talking about, I mean, I'm just so impressed with his first step. It's just so quick. It's almost like if you blink, you'll miss the fact that he took the step.
Yeah, the team's leading scorer, top 10 in the MEAC in points per game. That's a big reason why he's so quick off that dribble, gets to the rim. He's not a big-time outside shooter, but is excellent at getting in the paint and finishing. He's slowly creeping, and he's going to get there before the season's done. To 1,000 career points. He needed 56 entering today. And once again, he got 10, so he's 46 away.
81% shooter from the charity stripe. Knocks it down with ease. He's only 6'5", 204-pound senior from Chester, Pennsylvania. As now the Bison are on the attack. It's Garvey with the rock, crossing the half-court line. Bison is down by 9. 16 minutes to go in the contest. Nate Garvey gets it to C.J. Williams. C.J. looking like he wants to take his time. C.J. wants to drive. Gets it over in the corner. Wayne Bristol Jr. WBJ misses that shot. Rebound, Malik Miller. Here come the Bears of Morgan State. Miller across the half-court line. Gets it to Davis. Davis again with that crossover. And this time it's going to be a foul called. Foul called on Khalil Robinson.
Going back to the last possession, good look from Williams. Bristol Jr. was fading away, though, and the jump shot that led, I think, to it popping in and out.
So with that, there's a timeout on the floor. The score is 53-44. We'll take a quick timeout. 15:40 to go in the second half of this contest. It's Howard University basketball, MEAC basketball on Flow Sports. It's FloHoops.com.
Looking for a great paying part-time job of flexible hours? Then check out 20 Census. Today is 20census.gov. That's job 20 Census.gov. That's jobs. This is the 50th year of the MEAC Conference Contest. Best tailgate slogan that can be used all year round. The contest will receive $1,000
We're live here at the Bird Gymnasium in the nation's capital on the beautiful campus of Howard University, where the Bison of Howard University are hosting the Bears of Morgan State. Right now, the Bears have a 9-point lead. The score is 53-44, and they have the ball and on the attack. And Ryan, it's been interesting to see what it's like adjustments were made at halftime, where the Bears are starting to go underneath down inside the Jamar Brown line.
Yeah, they're 4 for 6. They're looking for those high percentage looks. Bison have cooled off. Still no field goals yet in the second half. They're 0 for 4.
As the Bears on the attack, just Devin Prince looking to dribble, trying to penetrate. Does get a little penetration as far as the foul line. Jamar Brown up with the 2 points, and again, there goes Jamar Brown off the low block.
Using that size. Too big, too tough down low.
As Khalil Robinson on the drive puts it up, and he gets fouled. Robinson looks like he got fouled. Are they calling it on Brown?
I think Devonish Prince Jr. or Devonish Prince Jr. bumped him. Yep.
So that puts Robinson on the line. Now, Khalil Robinson, he's 83% on the charity stripe.
Free throws so crucial in the second half. Bison down by 11. This one slowly starting to get away from them.
He knocks it down.
And a couple big free throws here would be helpful.
Is this game not very familiar with the women's game we saw earlier?
You know, I was about to say that too, Trev, and it feels like it. The women's team really struggled to score coming out of halftime. They were 1 for 12 from the field in that third quarter. Right now, Bison 0 for 4 from the field, and then Brown opened up.
Jamar Brown with the slam. 2 points for the Bears. That looks like that's been the strategy.
Yeah.
57-46 is the score now in favor of the Bears.
Coach Blakey trying to counter it, though. You got Torrey and Cousins in at the same time.
As now, here come the Bison on the attack. Khalil Robinson with the ball in the near corner. Torrey deep from the up top. Misses that shot. Rebound, Khalil Robinson. Shot clock resets. 14:50 to go in the contest. WBJ, Wayne Bristol Jr. in the near court. Looks like he wants to drive and penetrate. Gets as far as the foul line. Torrey now with the ball. Torrey going to drive. Gets it to Zion. Zion Cousins with the drive. Cousins puts it up. Misses the shot. Gets it on rebound. Puts it back up, but that's blocked. They're going to call goaltending on Troy Baxter. But give credit to Zion Cousins. I have never seen Zion Cousins drive to the basket. That's my first time seeing him do that.
Yeah, a couple bizarre plays there. Torrey shooting a three. You never see that. Cousins driving to the rim. You never see that as well. Cousins, give him credit, though, stuck with that play. I think the ball was above the rim when it was blocked.
As Davis goes in hard, catches Zion, and both players are down on the court right now. As Zion got set, and Davis almost went over his head.
Yeah, Cousins trying to take one of those patented charges. Devonish Prince Jr. arguing that Cousins slid into him. I think he was set, though, clearly outside the half circle. It's a matter of was Cousins in position or not.
So do they call? It's like no call. Davis was up high.
Yeah, and they got him for the offensive foul. I think the interpretation was Cousins was in position when the contact was made. Thus, it's an offensive foul.
Zion bringing the ball across the half-court line. He gets the ball to Garvey. 57-48 score. 14 minutes to go in the contest. Bison's Nate Garvey gets called for the double dribble.
And Coach Blakely not happy about that. Asking a senior what happened there. That's 2 turnovers on Garvey. Uncharacteristic from him.
As the Bears are now on the attack, 57-48. Here come the Bears. That's Devonish Prince. Gets the ball to Baxter. Baxter wants to penetrate, cut off. Jamar Brown underneath. Brown puts the ball up, misses the shot. Brown goes after his own rebound, and it's going to be a foul. They're going to call on the floor. Super Bowl tomorrow, Ryan. And I say that to say that the MEAC, to show you how wide the reach is, there's going to be MEAC officials doing the Super Bowl tomorrow.
Wow. Very cool.
Very cool.
The whole officiating crew?
Not the whole
officiating
crew.
Okay, we have a couple that were very impressive.
Very impressive. As you have Davis with the drive, gets it up top. That's Miller. Miller hesitates and gets it to Devonish Prince, who gets it to Baxter in the corner. Baxter for 3, misses that shot. Missed everything. And Nate Garvey would have had the rebound, but he couldn't handle it. It goes out of bounds.
It did not hit the rim, so only 8 seconds to shoot.
You're watching MEAC Digital Network and on Flow Hoops. You have the Bears of Morgan State taking on the Bison of Howard. 57-48 is the score. Devonish Prince drives it home. Dishes off to Baxter. Baxter for three. Knocks it down. Troy Baxter. Baxter is smooth.
Yeah, same exact spot. He adjusted, didn't shoot it quite as long, and knocked it down.
60-48 is the score. C.J. Williams comes back with the answer. Nope. Rebound Baxter. And gets it to Devonish Prince. Prince across the half-court line. Gets it down inside to Brown. Jamar Brown goes up a little soft touch layup and rebound WBJ, Wayne Bristol Jr. He's fouled by Davis.
Yeah, that call was obvious. Davis racked him across the arm. Right now, Bison are going away from C.J. Williams a little bit. We saw that in the first half. Williams got hot in the first 10 minutes, and then the Bison started looking elsewhere. I want them every possession at least look at Williams, get him the basketball, and see what he can do.
Prince Will Anosaki comes in, as well as Garen Jones comes in. Now, Prince Will is 6'9", 230 from Nigeria. Looks like coach is trying to get some weight underneath to counter Brown, as Brown has been going at it for the Bears. Jamar Brown, 6'9", 250. Ian Lee also checked in. Andre Torres in the game. That is Garen Jones with the ball. Gets it over to Lee. Lee on the penetration. Gets it to Jones. Back over to Lee. Toure across court, and it's going to be a foul. That's going to be on Malik Miller. It's going to be on Malik Miller.
Yeah, this Morgan State team and Bristol Jr. is taking a beating right now. They're very aggressive on those cross-court passes, unafraid to make contact, and Bristol Jr. is taking a couple hard hits.
Interesting move with coach. He brings in Prince Will Anosaki, 6'9", 230. Jamar Brown is, what, 6'9", 250.
I believe this will be 1-1, so this could be a big one here, big set of circumstances here for the Bison if they're 1-1 the rest of the way.
And I believe you're absolutely right. 60-48 is the score. 12-point lead for the Bears. Wayne Bristol Jr., 12 points so far. So they're going to take it out.
The official went over and confirmed the next foul is 1-1.
Here come the Bison on the attack. Ian Lee looking to penetrate. Looks like the Bears are giving him room. They know that he's not going to penetrate. He's a distributor, likes to dish the ball off. Here comes Jones. Jones charges to the hole. Jones, the ball is blocked, but Toure gets the rebound. Nope, the rebound goes to Miller for the Bears. Down to Baxter. Baxter gives it to Brown. Brown is fouled as Jones just reached in there to prevent Brown from going up for the dunk. It didn't look like something that was flagrant or anything like that. He just put his arm across Brown's arms. And Brown with such force and momentum. Brown is a big guy, 250.
And I thought Prince Will Anosaki, maybe the momentum of his running, I think he bumped into maybe Bristol Jr., who then bumped into Brown. They're going to look at it on replay, I think.
It looked like Jones was down there and snuck his hand across the front of him. And as the momentum was going forward, it looked like Brown just kept going. So it'd be interesting. Maybe the officials will look at it. It didn't look like anything flagrant, though. Definitely wasn't that.
Well, we'll look at it on replay. Right. In fast motion, that's what I saw, but we'll wait and see what the officials interpret it. The benefit of replay, they'll get it right
Definitely
here.
So. And that's something that we don't have the advantage of looking at. You're looking at MEAC Hoops on Flow Sports. Flow Hoops. I'm Trevor A. Jones doing the play-by-play. My man Ryan Pierce is doing the color commentating. Right now, the Bears of Morgan State are on top of the Bison by 12. 60-48 is the score. And Jamar Brown has just been a force for the Bears underneath. 6'9", 250-pound junior from Harlem. The Bears have just gone to him in the second half. It's almost like he was non-existent in the first half. In the second half, you come out and he's part of your strategy.
Yeah, Brown is coming out and played really well. Morgan State at halftime clearly switched up the strategy, trying to feed him the ball in the post.
As both coaches are talking to the official. It's interesting. This is a game of two coaches in their first year at each institution. You got Kevin Brodus his first year at Morgan State. You got Coach Kenneth Blakeney his first year here at Howard University. And we're still waiting to see what the officials are going to come up with here.
They're taking a good look at it, and now they're talking to Coach Blakeney, explaining the call.
Common foul starts to number 12.
We're calling a common foul, so that's a break. It's on Jones.
Right. As I stated, it looked like Garan just got his arm across the front of Jamar Brown. It didn't look like anything flagrant. It's just like he stuck his hand in there, and his arm was caught with Jamar's, and Jamar's momentum just carried him forward.
Sure.
That common foul that starts to number 12, Garan Jones. His first, team's fifth.
So it looked like Garan was just trying to prevent him from getting the easy slam dunk. Shot is up, and it is good. Syfax taking the shot. And Syfax coming in, that's not a bad choice to put on the charity stripe. Syfax is shooting 62%. And misses the second shot. So it looks like a lane violation on the Bears. 61-48. 61-48 is the score. And the Bison trying to cut into this lead. This is a key possession right here, Ryan, when you look at it.
Yeah, Howard, we're getting to that point where they don't want to waste possessions, can't afford turnovers, down by 13.
12 and a half minutes to go in the contest. Here comes Ian Lee on the attack for the Bison. Gets the ball back as he got it to Torre, and then he gets it back. And here comes Lee on the attack, gets it to Torre. Torre in the corner to Wayne Bristol Jr. Wayne Bristol Jr. looking to penetrate, finds some room, puts it up, nice little shot, comes in and out, goes in and out. Here come the Bears on the attack. Devonish Prince blows by Lee, gets it to Miller, and Miller just took too many steps trying to get that slam dunk.
They say Miller took some steps before he took off to the rim. That's a break for Howard because he had some room to work with, and now we'll see how long. And right on cue, Coach Blakeney bringing back in for the starters.
Yeah, brings in a wholesale substitution.
Give credit to the bench, though. You know, the bench came in. Bison were, I think, down by 12. They only lose 1 point. Got the starters some rest for the stretch run.
There's a timeout on the floor, so we're going to take a quick timeout. You're watching the MEAC Digital Network on FloHoops. We'll be right back after this timeout.
BisonTickets.com for more information. That's BisonTickets.com.
You all take out your phones, go on Instagram and follow the Beat 97.3 FM. We got some trivia coming out. You will win some prizes just like Nate did earlier. So if you know some Black history.
Welcome back to the Bird Gymnasium as the Morgan State Bears lead the Howard University Bison by a score 61-48. Trevin A. Jones doing the play-by-play. My man Ryan Pierce doing the color commentating. The Bison will have the ball. On the floor for the Bison, you have Garvey, you have Cousins, you have Robinson. You also have Wayne Bristol Jr. and C.J. Williams. On the floor for the Bears, you have Baxter, you have Devonish Prince, you also have Syfax, and you have Miller. Here come the Bison on the attack. C.J. Williams with the ball, Nate Garvey, far side of the court, looking for some room, trying to penetrate. That's everything cut off. Zion Cousins with the mid-range jumper. Zion misses the shot. Rebound goes to the Bears. It's Granson. 61-48 to score. Devonish Prince will take his time. Gets the ball over to Miller. Holding on to it was Baxter. Back up top to Devonish Prince, who's definitely going to take his time on this one. Miller again with the rock. Gets it to Baxter. Baxter down inside. That's Syfax. Back to Miller. Miller with the spin move. Puts it up. Gets the 2 points and the bucket as he just floated in the air. Put up a nice little sharp layup. Gets fouled.
Malik Miller, another big game off the bench. He's got 12 points. close to matching. In fact, that does match his 12 he scored against Howard 2 weeks ago.
For the Bears, number 11, Malik Miller.
Miller on the line. Malik is a 66% shooter from the charity stripe. Like you said, he's averaging 5 points a game, but he's got double digits in this one. Here come the Bison on the attack. They are down 64-48. Lil Robinson gets the ball across the half-court line. Robinson, lane open to the hole, puts it up, and he is fouled.
And that's what you want to do. Get in the open floor, draw contact, get to the free throw line, try to score some points with the clock stopped.
First, team 7th.
As Granson was asking the officials what he did, he thought he kept his arms up.
Line shooting 2, Lil Robinson.
Robinson gets the bounce, knocks down the first shot. I guess that's what you do when you're an 83% shooter from the charity stripe.
Get a friendly roll. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Robinson and Williams combined for 16 points that first half. Not as effective here in the second, just combined 4.
Knocks down the second as well. Now makes the score 64-50. 11 minutes to go in the contest. It's a 14-point lead by the Bears. Bison setting up a trap in the front court. The Bears break the press, so to speak. Devonish Prince with the rock. Gets it over to Baxter. Baxter back to Devonish Prince. He's looking, going to drive to the hole, puts it up. Soft little layup, misses it. Rebound, Granson. Nope, rebound was by Syfax. And the Bison come up with the ball. Garvey gets it up top to Robinson. Robinson looking, Robinson mid-range jumper. Misses the shot, rebound. Goes to the Bears. Granson gets the ball to Devonish Prince. Devonish Prince looking over to Coach Brodus, getting his instruction. Slows it down. Underneath, trying to go to Granson. C.J. Williams wasn't having it. That's interesting. C.J.'s 6'6". You have Granson, who's 6'8", 235. C.J.'s a slender 6'6", 180. You have him playing defense underneath.
Yeah, CJ sometimes will have to rotate on the back end because it's on the side of that 2-3. He and Bristol Jr. are kind of in the same boat. They're guys that are more comfortable playing at the top, perimeter defense. They've had to play in the post a little more this year, and they've improved. They've really worked on their post defense. Both are athletic enough to get the job done.
Definitely so. Here come the Bears on the attack. Ball is to Malik Miller. Miller gets it over to Devonish Prince. Devonish Prince wants to drive, gets it up top. Back up top to Miller. Miller for 3. Misses that shot. Rebound, C.J. Williams.
Here's a point, I think, in the second half where CJ is going to have to take over. There's not a lot of action on the offensive end for the Bison. It's going to have to be CJ's game.
As CJ on cue, drives to the hole, misses the shot. Rebound, Zion Cousins for 2.
Perfect. That was set up by the aggressive play from Williams. Cousins, Johnny on the spot, put it back in.
64-52. The lead is now 12. 9.5 minutes to go in the contest. The Bears have the lead and the ball. And they're going to take their time each time down court. No reason for them to rush. Up by 12. Miller has the rock, gets it to Devonish Prince. Gets it to Davis. That's Baxter now handling the rock. Baxter wants to drive. Little push off. Push the shot up. Missed the rebound. Rebound, Zion Cousins.
Big man rebound there from Cousins. Benefit of Baxter up top. He's not in there to get the rebound.
CJ with the drive. 2 points, CJ Williams.
Perfect. Keep it going. Let's go, CJ. 4 straight points as Williams starts to play more aggressive.
Lead is now 10. 64-54. Bears on top. Coach doesn't like what he sees, calls a timeout. Coach Brodus calls a timeout on the floor, so we'll take a quick timeout. You're watching the MEAC Digital Network on FloHoops, where the Bears of Morgan State lead the Bison of Howard 64-54.
Tisha Copeland, please go to the lobby to redeem your prize. Tisha Copeland, while the winner of the MEAC tournament booklet, please go to the lobby area to redeem your prize. That's the first horn.
DJ K9.
Let's go HU defense.
Welcome back to the Bird on the beautiful campus of Howard University as the Bears of Morgan State lead the Bison of Howard 64-54. Trevor Nate Jones doing the play-by-play. My man Ryan Pierce doing the color commentator. You're watching MEAC Hoops on FloHoops. As you get an easy 2 points by Malik Miller, making the score now 66-54. 8.5 minutes to go in the contest. Khalil Robinson with the rock for Howard. Garvey for three, misses that shot. Rebound, WBJ, Wayne Bristol Jr. Back up top. Now CJ wants to take the three. CJ Williams misses that three. Zion Cousins bats it out. And Malik Miller comes up with the ball, but he's in the backcourt. Does give it to Devonish Prince. And here's Baxter for three. Misses that shot. Rebound, Jamar Brown. And it's going to be a jump ball as Zion Cousins gets his hands on the ball as well. It will be Morgan State ball. 66-54, 12-point lead for the Bears with 8 minutes to go in the contest. Got three Bison on the court with 12 points apiece. It's Robinson, Williams, and Bristol Jr. You have Miller on the court with 15 points for the Bears, and there's 2 points for the Bears. Miller on cue, knocks that one down. 17 points for him today. Here comes Wayne Bristol Jr. looking to go to the hole, gets to Zion Cousins. Zion puts it up, and he gets fouled.
Well done by Wayne Bristol Jr. Recognized the player had slipped, found Cousins underneath. Again, points with the clock stopped are so crucial, but on the flip side, you got to get stops on the defensive end.
Timeout on the floor. And again, we'll take a quick timeout. It's Howard University. It's actually MEAC Hoops on Flow Sports. We'll be right back after this timeout.
It's time for some Black History Trivia. Take out your phones. Follow us at the Beat 973 FM. DM the answer for a chance to win. The Black Trivia question of today is, what is Malcolm X's real name? Easy question for you college students and you college graduates. What is Malcolm X's real name? DM me on the Beat 973 FM with the answer, and you're going to win a nice little prize. Courtesy of the Beat 97.3 FM, and here goes Super Tim.
Welcome back to the Bird Gymnasium on the beautiful campus of Howard University in the nation's capital. 68-54 is the score. The Bears of Morgan State leading the Bison by 14 points. 7:48 to go in the second half in the contest, so to speak. Trevor Nate Jones doing the play-by-play. My man Ryan Pierce is doing the color commentating. You have Zion Cousins at the line. And Zion at the charity stripe is only shooting, well, he's shooting 67%, which isn't nothing to sneeze at. He has 8 points on the evening, 6 rebounds. Makes that shot, gives him 9 on the night.
Got to make the free throws right now. Bison want to make a comeback. There's still time, but they're going to have a really good last 7 minutes and 48 seconds.
Zion about to take his second shot.
Shooting for the Bison, number 10,
Another good game for Cousins. 9 points, 6 rebounds, right about a season average.
As he knocks down that to make it 10 points, he's now in double figures. Here come the Bears on the attack. That's Miller. Miller did not like what he saw. Needed some help in the front court. So he calls a timeout. So it's timeout Bears. This time we'll keep it right here. Ryan Pierce doing the color commentating. And Ryan, what will be the key for the Bison to get back into this one? They're down by 12.
Well, I think you got to pack it in. You can't give up easy shots on the defensive end. And they're going to have to hope that a good shooting Morgan State team misses from the outside. You get rebounds, you come down, and you can knock down some outside shots yourself. Bison aren't out of it. They can shoot. They can get back into it quickly. Of course, not having Kyle Foster does make an impact. There is time. It's going to have to be a really efficient stretch for Howard.
Yep, I totally agree with everything you just said. I'm looking for, I'm somebody that reaches. So I'm looking for the three-point shots to start dropping again. Right now, the Bison only shooting 41% from beyond the arc. And the Bears of Morgan State only shooting 45%. Bison shooting under 50% from the field, while the Bears are shooting 57%. Hence the 12-point lead. Here come the Bears on the attack. Devinish Prince with the rock. On the drive. Gets the ball to Troy Baxter. Gets it across the court to Miller. Miller's been hot. He has 17 points. Miller gets it back to Devinish. As Devinish shot clock down to 5. He's having trouble. Stolen by Khalil Robinson. Khalil driving to the hole, gets it to C.J. Williams. C.J. puts it up, and he gets fouled. As C.J. gets the 2 and the foul.
Massive. That's big. Stop. Leads to quick points, and now a free throw attempt for Williams. Leads down to 10. Can make it 9. That's exactly what you want right there.
As you said earlier, C.J. has to get involved in the scoring. Right now he has 14 points. You have Cousins with 10. You have Robinson with 12. And you have Bristol Jr. with 12. Williams knocks it down, expectedly so. He's shooting 66% from the charity stripe. Here come the Bison on the attack. Lead is now 9, 68-59, 7:15 to go in the contest. Here come the Bears. Baxter with the rock for Morgan State. Decides to drive, can't find any room. Ball goes out to Devinish Prince. Far side of the court, in the corner. Devinish Prince wants to drive, tries to go inside, puts the ball up, and he gets fouled, and the ball drops. Wayne Bristol Jr. will get called for that foul.
Yeah, tough call. Bristol Jr. was on him. Can't do a whole lot more. Good take by Devinish Prince.
Devinish Prince shoots 64%.
Bison done pretty well against him. I guess he's around his average now of 10 points a game with 9.
Shooting 1.
Prince at the line. May make this a 12-point lead for the Bears, as he does. 71-59 is the score. Just under 7 minutes to go in the contest. Khalil Robinson comes across the half-court line, gets the ball to C.J. Williams, gets the ball to Jones, who drives, and he's going to get called for the travel. As Phillip Jones on the penetration, the senior, just hesitated just a second. Basketball moves so fast that when you hesitate, it doesn't matter how good you are.
We've seen a couple players today try to stop on a dime and drag that pivot foot.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Tough break.
Yeah.
Tough break.
Definitely, I agree. Here's Devinish Prince to the hole, puts it up, misses the shot. Tap is up and in. As Baxter will get credit for that too.
Baxter's just been too tough today. 12 points, 7 rebounds.
Robinson goes underneath. He gets fouled. Kudos to the Bison. They're attacking the rim. As Devinish Prince might get called for that foul. Yes, he gets called for that foul.
Sherwood Devinish Prince is second, team's 10th. The line shooting for bonus.
73-59 is the score. 6:20 to go in the contest. Khalil Robinson on the charity stripes. 83% shooter. Puts it up, misses that shot.
First attempt is no good. He'll take another.
Taking his time. Lines it up, puts it up. Misses the shot. Rebound, Bears. Here comes Baxter. Baxter gets the ball to Davis, who gets it to Devinish Prince, who gets it back to Davis. Devinish Prince taking his time, looking. Khalil Robinson on him. Devinish Prince looking for a lane. In the corner is Davis. Davis then wants to drive, goes baseline.
Oof.
And they called the blocking foul against Robinson.
That's real tough. We have a tough angle on it. I thought Robinson got pushed off on there.
It did look like he planted and had position.
Yeah.
From our vantage point.
Tough spot for us. The official was right on it.
Sometimes I don't know if that's a good thing, because if you're so close to it, sometimes it happens so fast you can miss a lot of things sometimes. I'm not saying anything about the officials. I'm just saying sometimes from
in general.
Distance,
yeah. Shooting 1 and 1. Stanley Davis.
Davis on the line, shooting 1 and 1. As he knocks that one down. Stanley Davis Jr. shoots 81% from the charity stripe. That's the proper name, charity stripe, because it is free shots. And if you can make those, you can cause problems. Knocks the second one down. Now makes the score 74-59, 5:58 to go in the contest.
Morgan State's been making their free throws up around 85% today.
And that's incredible. Anytime you can shoot 85,
Yeah.
up around 85% as a team. C.J. Williams looking to drive, can't find the lane, gets the ball up top to WBJ, who gets it to Zion. Zion close to that lower block. Gets it back to Wayne Bristol Jr., who shoots a three, and he's fouled. He gets fouled by Devonish Prince. It's going to be 2 shots. So he was inside of the arc. I thought he was just outside of it.
Yeah, just barely. Heel on the line.
So he'll go to the line.
Good game for the freshman. 12 points, 5 rebounds. The starting lineup played well today for Howard.
Knocks down his first shot. He shoots 80% from the charity stripe.
Yeah, top 10 in the conference. Very good free throw shooter. Bristol Jr. is a fun freshman. The Bison backcourt is set for a couple of years. They just need a few more wings and post players to develop.
As he knocks it down, 75-61 is now the score, as the Bison will be on trying to cut into the lead. It's a 14-point lead. And with this being Black History Month, I just want to make a comment, which I'll do in a minute. Being February 1st, beginning of Black History Month. As you see, driving to the hole was Davis Syfax. And they're going to call a foul on him as he went to the hole with so much, he just had too much energy. It didn't look like he was under control.
Yeah, and Garvey was close to being set. I'm not sure if he was, but if a player is that out of control and you just clock the defender, it's going to be called an offensive foul. You just can't go 100% straight forward and blow into another player.
As the Bison on the attack, ball goes out of bounds. It will be Bison ball. Down by 14, 75-61, 5:13 to go in the contest. Khalil Robinson looking for some room to even get up a jump shot. Can't do that. Gives it to WBJ. Robinson now finds some room. Then wants to penetrate. Gets it to Zion Cousins. Zion with a mid-range jumper. Misses that shot. Rebound. Davis. And the Bears have the ball. Here come the Bears on the attack. 75-61. 4:45 to go in the contest. Bears on top. Here comes Khalil Robinson with the steal. Robinson looking to go to the hole, puts it up, gets a nice little 2 points. Makes the score 75-63. 12-point lead for the Bears of Morgan State.
You like the pace from Robinson there, trying to get things going. Bison still have a shot, down by 12.
As you have Davis with a no-look, try to get it to Miller. Miller gets his own rebound, puts it up, and still gets the 2 points. Malik Miller has 19 points tonight.
He had 14 against the Bison last time. He's just a really tough matchup for the 2-3.
As the Bears are up by 14, 77-63. Garvey gets the Wayne Bristol Jr. in the corner. WBJ looking for some room, can't find it, and he's going to get called for the charge. The timeout on the floor, and what I want to do right now, ladies and gentlemen, is I want to let you know that you may know, you may not know, there will be 5 African-American officials officiating the Super Bowl tomorrow, which is historic in itself, and by coincidence, Black History Month, so that's even bigger. It's especially important to note that the 2 of those officials are from HBCU alums. But more importantly, they are products of the MEAC institutions, Morgan State and Howard. Oh, wow. You have Boris Cheek, who's a graduate of Morgan State, and Greg Steed, a 1993 grad of Howard University. It will be the 3rd Super Bowl for Cheek, who is in his 24th season. It will be he'll be the side judge, and the 2nd for Steed, who's in his 17th season, who will be the black judge. So that's interesting. You got the HBCUs being represented in the Super Bowl tomorrow, the biggest game of the pro football season. And interesting, Ryan, is the fact that Morgan State and Howard play today. You got 2 alum from each institution playing tomorrow.
Absolutely, and I think that's the fun part about it. You know, we get the game today, we get that note, we're going to share it, and then we go to the Super Bowl tomorrow. Very historic. I mean, all African-American cast. That's super fun, and Like you said, in Black History Month, all of it just ties together. And then, of course, the cherry on top is Howard plays Morgan State today. Really, really fun historical weekend.
Definitely. I appreciate that. The score right here is the Bears of Morgan State are on top of the Bison of Howard, 77-63. Leading the way, I mean, Malik Miller. I was looking at maybe Davis doing something damage today, maybe Brown, but I didn't expect Malik Miller to have 19 points, 6 rebounds. And then Baxter doing some damage. He has 14 points, 8 rebounds. But Malik is standing out with his 19 points today. As you have the Bears on the attack. Devinish Prince, 3.5 minutes to go in the contest. Bears up by 14. Nice little dish underneath to Davis, can't handle the rock. As Nate Garvey comes up with the steal. There's WBJ with the ball, he penetrates. Oh, nice dish to Zion Cousins. Zion went up for the slam or tried to get the ball up, and Miller wasn't having it. So he fouled Zion, preventing him from getting the easy dunk. 77-63 is the score. 3.5 to go in the contest. Zion shoots 67% from the charity stripe. Man, the Bison will have a tougher schedule than the Bears after this game. Well, after Monday night's game, because they're going on the road for 5 straight games in the month of February before the tournament.
Almost the entire month of February for the men's and women's team is on the road.
As you have Wayne Bristol Jr. getting a rebound, trying to go up, and they call it a jump ball. Jamar Brown comes over to get his hand on the ball. So it will be Bison ball, 77-64. Nice shot, 3 points. Making the score now 77-67. WBJ cuts the lead down to 10. Here comes the Bears on the attack. Malik Miller looking for somebody to get it to. There's Davis. That's Granson. Gets it to Miller. Gets it to Davis. Davis going to drive to the hole. Try to get it to Granson. Goes out of bounds. Big man can't handle it. 10-point lead. Just under 3 minutes to go in the contest.
The Bison are going to make a move. Right now is the time to do it.
Khalil Robinson bringing the ball across the half-court line for the Bison. Robinson at the top of the key. That's Garvey from 3. Knocks it down, Nate Garvey. Now cuts the lead to 7. 2:50 to go in the contest. 7-point lead for the Bears and Morgan State, 77-70. Both teams in the bonus, Ryan.
Bison have a pulse. They've made a couple big defensive stops. They've capitalized on offense. They're going to have to pretty much be perfect the rest of the way, but they got a shot here.
That's what makes basketball interesting. You can be up, especially the game with a three-pointer added to it and involved, because you can have a 10-point lead under 5 minutes. You can have a 14, 15-point lead, and you might think, okay, we can coast. Get a couple of stops, knock down a couple of three-pointers. Keep this in mind. If you knock down 4 three-pointers, that's 12 points.
Yeah, and Coach Williamson talked about it at halftime. Teams get back in the game quickly now. Bison got a good outside shooting team, so they're rarely out of it. They need a few more stops. They need to make a few more shots, but you got a chance here.
Definitely have a chance, and that's what I meant. It always keeps you in the game, so you always have a chance. Here come the Bears on the attack. Bison pressing. As Devinish Prince will bring the ball across the half-court line. 2.5 minutes to go in the contest. Prince having trouble getting the ball across, and then there's an easy slam dunk by David Syfax.
The danger of the full-court press. Sometimes you give up an open, easy 2 on the other end.
Lead is 9, 79-70, 2.5 to go. Zion Cousins underneath, puts it up and gets the basket and the 2. Zion Cousins. Don't see that too often from Zion. Love when you do. Syfax gets the slam, but then gets the foul. Go ahead.
Can make it a 6-point game here if Cousins knocks down the free throw.
2:28 to go in the contest. Cousins at the line. He's in double digits tonight. Missed the foul shot. Rebound, Syfax and the Bears. Still a 7-point lead. Here come the Bears on the attack with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the game. Miller handling the rock for Morgan State. Nate Garvey on him, and he tried to pass it to Syfax, and it goes out of bounds.
Good defense by Cousins, making his mark in these final minutes, giving Howard a chance.
Have the Bears gotten a little sloppy in the last 2 minutes or so. As missed passes, errant passes. Here come the Bison on the attack. Robinson gets it to WBJ. Nate Garvey from the corner misses the shot. No, gets the bounce, and it bounces in for 3. That now makes the score 79-75 with just over 2 minutes to go in the contest. The lead is down to 4. Here come the Bears. Devinish Prince with the rock. Miller now has the rock. It's Jones on Prince. Garvey on Miller. You have Wayne Bristol Jr. There's a foul. It's going to be called on Jones.
Yeah, that's not what you want. You don't want anybody, you don't want to give up free throws here. Clock stopped. A chance for some easy points for Morgan State.
There you go. The thing is, it stops the clock. 148. But both teams are in the bonus. So I totally agree with you. Interesting enough, from the charity stripe, the Bison are shooting 76%. The Bears are shooting 83%. From beyond the arc, the Bison are just at 50%, where the Bears are at 45%. As Devinish Prince misses the foul shot. Now, Devinish Prince, being on the line, he is a 64% free throw shooter.
Big couple of free throws here. Sometimes pressure on the road can get to even the better shooters.
This is the case when you're a shooter. When you shoot it, and he knocks down the second one. So it's it's a 5-point lead. 147 to go in the contest. Robinson brings the ball across the half-court line. Now keep in mind, the Bison are good at shooting 3 points. And they're comfortable taking 3-point shots. As WBJ gets it to Nate Garvey, misses the shot. Rebound, Miller. As that was a strong rebound. Malik Miller coming down with the ball. Here come the Bears. Davis gets the ball back to Miller. Back to Davis.
You don't have to foul here. Just play straight up defense.
5-point lead, 80-75. Just under a minute and 15 seconds to go in the contest. Devinish Prince on the drive. Gets it up top to Baxter. Baxter's going to get it over to Davis. Davis is going to take his time. Here comes Syfax. Syfax comes in. Zion Cousins with the block. Zion Cousins with 2 blocks. And it's going to be Bison ball. Zion Cousins with 2 blocks. And he's pumped up.
The big man stepping up, and now C.J. Williams will come in for Jones, it looks like.
Zion Cousins with 2 blocks back-to-back, preventing what's happening there. As it will be Bison ball.
Bison got a shot here. Give him credit. Once again, Howard in the game. Down to the final minute. They keep fighting. Don't give up.
As Garvey trying to get the ball in. Gets it to Robinson. Under a minute to go in the contest. Robinson rushes the ball across the half-court line. Robinson wants to drive, does drive, looking, gets it to Cousins. Cousins puts it up. Zion Cousins for 2 points. As Zion Cousins has caught fire for the Bison, cutting the lead to 3. Zion Cousins, Ryan, comes up with 2 big blocks, then gets the bucket at the other end. It looks like a shot of confidence was just injected to Zion Cousins.
Plays by Cousins down the stretch, 13 points, 6 rebounds, a handful of absolutely gigantic blocks. Doing it on the defensive end, doing it on the offensive end, giving his team a chance with 48 seconds left. Now you need to stop. Then you can decide, do we come down and shoot a 3 or a 2?
I'll tell you what's scary. When I've been talking about the tournament, because we still have a month of basketball to play. But ladies and gentlemen, when you look at the Bison team, this is a team that's scary around tournament time. If they get into the tournament, even despite their record, they have so many different weapons. And if you catch them on a hot night, they can cause a problem.
Yeah, this is a team that is going to fight to the end. They can shoot from the outside. They have some post players that compete. And first off, the Bison want to get a couple victories. We want to get that confidence up. A win here would be beyond huge. Being down by 14 points with 5 minutes left and fighting back.
As the crowd is now into the game, you can hear the energy as they're actually finishing the chorus of the song. That's why you love coming to the Bird. Things like this just happen. When the crowd gets involved, you have some good plays on the court. Game is only 3 points. 80-77, 48 seconds to go in the contest. And it is Bears ball. On the floor for the Bison, Cousins. Garvey, Robinson, Bristol Jr., Jones. On the floor for the Bears, Miller, Davis. Baxter, Devonish Prince. And Syfax. As Devonish Prince is dribbling the ball away. Shot clock down to 14. Whoa! Baxter with a slam dunk. Troy Baxter goes in and just knocks it down. And here come the Bison. That is Wayne Bristol Jr. Had trouble dribbling the ball. 25 seconds.
I think Coach Blakely was pleading for a 5-second call. I get his point. The Bison were playing good perimeter defense. Robinson was on his man. I think because he was dribbling and moving towards the rim, you don't make that call.
I agree. Totally agree. But that dunk by Baxter was just ferocious. And it's going to be a timeout on the floor.
Yeah, they're going to check to see. They'll look at the replay again and see if they have an angle that can dictate if that was a correct call or not.
Now, what are they looking at? Are they looking at the...
They're trying to see if that was off Bristol Jr. or not. I think that's what they're trying to confirm.
So they're going to see if the Bison have the possession
Yeah.
or not. 82-77 is the score. The Bears up by 5. Bison, when you look at the scoring with the players on the floor, you have Robinson with 14 points. You have Garvey with 13. Zion Cousins, 15 points, 6 rebounds. C.J. Williams with 15 points. And Wayne Bristol Jr. with 17. Talk about balanced scoring, Ryan.
Yeah, starting 5. All of them in double figures. 14, 13, 15, 15, 17. That's an impressive performance from those 5.
And go ahead.
A massive a boatload of the points tonight for Howard has come from their starting 5.
Definitely so. When you look at Morgan State with the players on the floor, you got Davis with 13 points. You have Devonish Prince with 11. Miller with 19. And actually, Miller is kind of cooled off because in the beginning of the second half, through, I guess, the midway point, Miller came out and put it down a bucket where he has 19 points and 8 rebounds. You also have Baxter who has 16, and then Syfax with 7. Interesting. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. The defense is going to be key.
Yeah, so Bison need a quick shot. They need to get inside quickly or get an open look from the outside. And then you got a foul. I mean, they're now in the foul time. Trying to find the right player to foul. You see Morgan State miss a couple of shots. And they are going to say it is Morgan State basketball as the official overturns it.
Wow. So that hurts. And again, defense is key here. Down by 5. It's going to be Morgan State Bears basketball. 24 seconds to go in the contest. Both teams in the double bonus.
Bears basketball.
Bears get it into Devonish Prince, and he gets fouled. Jones fouls him immediately. 1 second actually ticked off the clock.
Foul that starts at number 15.
So he'll go to the line. Interesting ball game.
Bit of fun game. Bison fought back down by 14 with 5 minutes left to go. They were in it in the end. Now down by 5. They have to hope for some free throw misses here from Devonish Prince.
Definitely so. And Devonish Prince, once again, he was 1 for 1. No, he's 1 for 2 the last time he was at the line. Again, he's a 64% free throw shooter. Puts it up, knocks this one down. Makes the lead now 6.
A little less pressure on the preseason All-MEAC third-teamer. Team has more of a cushion, less time hitting the first. The second one so crucial can make it a 3-possession game.
83-77 is the score. Stoppage of play. So Devonish Prince will step to the line.
Shooting 1.
Knocks that one down, makes it a 7-point lead. 84-77 with 23 seconds to go in the contest. Robinson picks up the ball after it rolls halfway, almost to the half-court line. C.J. Williams with the 3-point shot, he misses that, and there's a foul call. Foul call is going to be called on Syfax. So that means that Zion Cousins is going to the line, which is a good thing for the Bison. Well, they get to
Line shooting 2 for the Bison. Zion Cousins.
Yeah, they're saying,
Try to cut into the lead.
yeah, Cousins was hooked. I guess we'll see a call from the official. See if the Bison can take advantage of the call.
Cousins missing the first shot.
First attempt is no good. Substitution for the Bison. 15, Philip Jones replacing number 3, Nate Garvey. Shooting 1.
7-point lead, 17.7 seconds to go in the contest. Cousins puts it up. Misses that shot as well. Rebound goes to the Bears, and Khalil Robinson is going to get called for a foul. So now the Bears will go to the line. Morgan State has a timeout left. The Bison don't have any. 84-77 is the score.
The line for the Bears, number 13.
Bears are shooting 81% from the charity stripe as a team. At the line right now, Troy Baxter. He shoots 72%. Knocks that one down with ease.
First attempt is good. He'll take another substitution for the Bison, number 3.
I think Baxter's slam dunk was with the pin that popped the balloon, so to speak.
Yeah, the Bison were in it. Down by 3, Baxter went backdoor and got an easy dunk, and that made things real tough.
Here come the Bison. Less than 15 seconds to go. 86-77 is the score. Nate Garvey for the 3. Knocks it down, Nate Garvey. 86-80 is now the score. 2-possession game, and Davis will be fouled, and he'll go to the line. Now, Stanley Davis Jr., he is an 81% shooter from the charity stripe. 13 points tonight, 4 rebounds. 9.9 seconds to go in the contest.
Stanley Davis.
Puts a shot up, knocks it down. 87-80.
Shooting 1.
He's about to shoot the next shot, the second shot of 2. Misses that shot. Rebound, Khalil Robinson. Robinson gets the ball across the half-court line. He's going to take a 3. That's Garvey. Nate Garvey nails another 3 as Nate Garvey comes across the half-court line, cuts the lead to 4. 87-83. If I'm Coach Blakeney, I have no problem trading 3s for 1s or missed foul shots.
Yeah, I mean, so this keeps him in it. So Garvey hits that 3. I guess the thought now becomes, okay, if both free throws are missed here, you can still get a 4-point play possibly. The odds are incredibly slim, but the 3 matter. That kept the Bison in it.
As Syfax knocks down that one.
Now that one probably puts it on ice.
88-83 is the score. 2 seconds to go in the contest.
Bison kept in it. They kept fighting to the final seconds, literally. They're just going to come up a bit short here.
As he knocks that one down, Khalil Robinson will pick up the rock. Time running off the clock. Puts up the 3-pointer. Misses that shot. 89-83 is the final score. As the Howard University men fall to the Bears of Morgan State. And I'm Trevor A. Jones doing the play-by-play. And my man Ryan Pierce has been doing the color commentating. We just want to say so long to you from the Burr in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., where the final score would be 89-83 in favor of the Bears of Morgan State. Thank you for watching the MEAC Digital Network on FloHoops. All games airing on FloHoops are streaming live and archived on FloHoops.com. Have a good night.
the first time you come in here, they're jumping and they're chanting the whole time. You feel that energy and the adrenaline that you get, those first few minutes. Sometimes you have to calm yourself down a little bit. Just remember it's regular basketball and get out there and play your game.
Since arriving at Panathinaikos Opap